All right, guys, welcome back. Hi, Hal. How's it going, my friend? How are you, man? You were the first one in here, other than, obviously, the players. But yeah, how was your night going, man? And I'm just as me. All right, guys, so we have I'm happier now with the way this session has been planned out. I've literally not been particularly excited for this session until today or yesterday. So I'm happy to say that I'm excited to get started here. But yeah, hello. I'm gonna wait a couple minutes here since our official start time is technically 7:30. But we have a little bit of a different way that we're gonna be doing the recap this time around, and I'm pretty excited to show you guys. Oh, I remember I have to do this. There we go. Oh my god, has Pappy did hey Jasoy? Happy birthday, Julia. Wait, okay, no, I have to do it proper. Happy birthday, Julia. I'm pretty sure it said Hiliual, but that's okay. One of these days I'll get it right. Hello, Julia. Alright, guys. So Julia, how's your night going? Like I said, we have a different way that we're going to be doing this time, so I kind of want to wait for a couple more people. We'll wait 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes. Scusa. Man, this music just sets the vibe so perfectly, don't it, though? Excuse me. Cold, want to make some hot chocolate? Heck yeah, Julia. Should do it. Just do it. Alright. So. You know what? Let's get players in here for a minute while we're still waiting on a couple people. I should open up my actual notes here. That would be good. I don't remember the names. It's fine. I'm changing it. 1 second, guys. Last minute changes, they're fun. It's fine. I'm honestly trying to get better at improv, and so I have a general outline for how I want the session to go. But, you know. Alright, let's get the players in here. Still on waiting for your mom. Burn! Freaking got him. You know what? Nah, Hal's right. Now we've got to take a short rest to recover from this burn. Apply water to burned area. Massage thoroughly. Evan, people clap! How's it going, Evan? Evan, you're insane at Rocket League. You're nutty. Alright, guys. Let's get the players in here for a quick minute, and then we'll begin the recap and hop into this episode. Alright, I'm here!
If you build it, they will come.
I mean, you're not wrong.
What did you say to me, John?
Oh,
What do you want, Josh?
Yeah,
I know. Echo. Oh God.
Oh, yeah, it's 'cause I'm here.
Oh,
Also,
Hi,
did you guys see the trivia?
Yeah, you
on
guys, there's
screen?
a small
Right?
change. Oh, no, I love that first trivia also. It's just the best.
That motherfucker.
The Marvin.
It changes every minute or so.
Every
but-
minute,
I
yep.
love that, man.
We don't have
That's
that many
great.
right now, but we'll be adding more as the campaign goes on, obviously.
Yeah.
So, we're at
Hi,
7:30. So as we all know, Chad's a bunch of cuties, and I believe they're ready to go. So,
Facts.
what we're gonna do, for all the players, you guys can unmute stream. I'll mute myself during this time, because Nick, you dare, shut up, Evan. You know you're insane. You are no. I'm not gonna accept it. You know it. It's Evan's crazy in a great way. All right, guys, let's get this party started. Insane, bitch. All right, so let me pause the music, and we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna see something do this a little differently.
Yeah.
So, to start out, we're gonna go into the recap, and I will be muted during this time. So we'll see you guys in about 7 minutes or so.
Oh wow. Okay.
After passing through Needle Pass, exiting Sunset Valley, the party stood on a plateau overlooking a vast forest beneath them that seemed to stretch on for miles. Gar asked if Laren would want to take the lead due to her training as a scout, and she did so, using the dark, ominous portal in the sky as a marker, which pulsed every few seconds like clockwork. Gar estimated the portal to only be a few miles out, so the party proceeded into the forest. The party traveled for a couple hours before hearing some nearby commotion in the trees. After Mavis shouted, "Who goes there?" the party witnessed a doe frolicking through the woods, which Gar exclaimed could have been dinner. After a barely precise shot from Mavis from his miniature mechanical explosive device, the doe was brought down. Gar helped Laren retrieve the hide and enough meat from the doe to feed the party for the night, while Mavis and Zeos kept watch. Mavis discovered that the party was being stalked and proceeded to hunt down the evildoer with haste, only to find that it was simply a squirrel, which he proceeded to chase up and down a couple trees with a chuckling Zeos observing the entire event off from the side. Mavis proceeded to char the deer meat with George, his flamethrower turret, while Zeos attempted to trick Mavis into thinking the meat was first attempting a getaway by using Mage Hand. Still able to salvage the rest of it, the party traveled for several more hours until nightfall, where Gar and Laren cooked the remainder of the meat while setting up camp. Until they heard an incredibly loud roar from deep in the forest that didn't sound like any beast they could recognize. Estimating that whatever made the noise was still a few miles out, the party turned in for a night's rest. The next morning, the party quickly gathered their supplies and continued on their journey. The party realized they must have traveled for over 20 miles the day before, and the portal still appeared to be only a few miles out, making it clear that distance was unable to be truly determined. The party continued on for a couple hours before they came across a clearing containing a broken camp with a group of dead goblins and hobgoblins, all with a strange circular piercing approximately 4 inches in diameter through their chest. Other than some leftover long swords, short swords, and a short bow, Mavis did manage to find a small pouch containing about a handful of a strange, slightly multicolored dust. Gar decided to cast Warding Bond on Laren and himself, just as he saw a humanoid-like face staring back from the bushes, and the party was ambushed by a group of bugbears. One bugbear in particular seemed to get a couple lucky and particularly powerful hits on Zeos, but other than that the party escaped with minimal injuries. Laren and Zeos inspected a trail of blood leading off to the northwest, where they discovered occasional tufts of white fur, which the party followed, eventually finding the lair of a unicorn named Elmas, not Elvis. Elmas explained that he was placed in the forest, known as the Geldenwood, by Sehanine, and that he was the one that dispatched of the previous goblins and hobgoblins. Elmas also explained that the forest had become corrupted, the timing of which coincided with the portal launching from Sehanine's tower in Sunset Valley. Mavis became convinced that the pixies surrounding Elmas were scientists, though Elmas was quite sure Mavis was mistaken. Elmas suggested the party continue on to Baygrove, a farming town just outside the Geldenwood. The party continued on to Baygrove for several hours, eventually once again hearing the massive roar from whatever creature was in the Geldenwood, as a thunderstorm began to move in. Eventually, the party came to the edge of the Geldenwood, and upon emerging, approximately a dozen archers lined up behind palisade walls simultaneously released a barrage of arrows toward the party that flew over their heads, hitting a creature that just began to emerge from the forest. This creature was approximately 10 feet tall, bearing a resemblance to a gorilla, and was made of pure shadow, with mists of shadow flicking off from its body, and its piercing white eyes with pure black pupils staring back at them. Recoiling from the attack, the creature retreated into the forest, felling several trees in its wake, roaring into the night with the same roar the party had been hearing before. The party met Leonard Duncan, a human that appeared to be a captain of the archers that insisted the party come with him to meet Commander Baldric, as he would most likely have questions. Though Mavis insisted that Baldric held no rank over him, so why should the party answer his questions? Leonard looked to Gar, asking for reassurance that Mavis was not the leader of this group, and proceeded to lead the party into a small keep. Before reaching the room, Zeos caught bits of conversation between two individuals. "I don't like it. Whatever it is, it's not supposed to be around here." "Well, I don't think so. But what are we going to do about it? It's not like we have anybody that knows where it came from." "Yes, but we have Tor in there, and he's figuring out all that he can. It's only a matter of time, I suppose, before he cracks this case." The party met Commander Baldric, a dwarf that appeared to be the leader of Baygrove. Baldric asked his friend, Commander Aethys, to leave them for some conversation. After some careful questions, the party discovered that Baldric knew of Sunset Valley, and was probably the only one in Baygrove that did. Baldric explained that the portal is located about 10 miles south of Calcheth, a larger town north of Baygrove, where Commander Aethys was from. Baldric also explained that Calcheth brought in a dragonborn from the city of Harmony named Torin Ebenectominus, who is apparently an expert on portals, to try and figure out the nature of the dark portal in the sky. Baldric told the party that the city of Calcheth has set up a perimeter around the area of the portal's location, and that Commander Aethys, being the commander of the Calcheth militia, would be one of the only ones that could allow them entry. Mavis completed Baldric's thought by insisting that he must be implying that he would vouch for the party to Aethys, seeing as Balgron, or whatever his name was, and the party knew each other so well. After taking a moment to ask Gar for reassurance that Mavis was not the leader of this group, Baldric confirmed that he very well may be able to convince Aethys to let them into the portal site. Baldric also made a point to warn the party of another possible threat in Calcheth, a group of thieves known as the Knox family. He didn't say much about them other than the fact that they've been a scourge on Calcheth. Baldric offered accommodations to the party at the keep, free of charge, and showed them to their rooms. Upon entering their rooms and looking out the window to the north toward the dark portal in the sky, the portal let out a few more pulses like it had been doing, until it finally stopped, which somehow made the portal even more ominous than before.
This is amazing.
And with that, we will go into the session.
So freaking
Bro,
good.
it's so insane, bro.
That's the same, bro.
I'm just so dumbfounded. That was awesome.
Right? Oh my
That
god.
exceeded my expectations from when you were talking about the recap over the week.
Yeah, it was that was really fun to work with Nathan on.
That was so
That's
freaking
awesome, man.
good.
You guys
So
could do that every week? Insane.
but yeah, that's the plan.
Yes,
So the plan
Yes,
actually
sir.
is to also upload those as independent videos to YouTube so that people can just watch the recap videos to get caught up.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
nice.
great.
dope.
So
Yep.
Holy frackin' moly.
Now-
That was beautiful.
now let's get into the session. So
Alright.
the last thing that you guys heard was Baldric exclaiming that it was that was strange, obviously, that the portal had stopped pulsing and it seemed to almost solidify in some way. Shortly after that, he brought in, the basic needs that you would have. It made sure the beds were fitted with sheets, or rather, he had some other people do that, and he left the room, leaving you guys to your own devices for the night. Is there anything anybody wants to do before heading off to bed?
I'm gonna stick around and for a little while and just try to listen to any kind of rumors or try to gather any intel that I can while trying to stay somewhat like inconspicuous.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a
If there's,
perception check.
like, a place where off-duty guards are drinking or something within the keep or something, like I'd stick around there and just drink some water or milk or something.
Okay.
Also, the game is still paused, it says? I don't know if that's...
That doesn't
Or what.
that doesn't actually change anything. The only thing that'll mean is that you can't move tokens on a battle scene or anything like that.
Copy that. Okay. I want to spend my time... I'm going to pull out that little pouch of colorful dust that
Okay.
I got.
Yep.
I'm going to cast Identify on it by using my goggles to look at it and
Perfect. So, go ahead and use that spell slot, and let me see if it's actually in here.
This is before the long rest, correct?
Yeah, this is before you guys head to
Okay.
bed.
Okay, good.
Yep, there it is.
I don't actually have that to a thing, so I gotta find it and then click it.
You got to find it and then give it a click. So,
Boom.
after you take some time, you put on your goggles, you see all sorts of brain power coming off this thing. It's filled with science, you're pretty sure. It's very clearly magical. As
hell
you
yeah.
identify that it is actually Dust of Disappearance, which I have now added to your
Oh.
inventory. You can see the
Ooh.
specifics of which under your consumables.
Damn.
Perfect. Question. Should I deduct 100 gold from my pouch? I forgot that this took 100 gold.
Yeah, so it takes a pearl worth at least 100 gold. So I'm kind of using the same thing that Nick is using as well. Going forward, I'd like to have you guys actually purchase the things, but since it's still early on and we're getting into the swing of things, just take care of the 100 gold, and this is the only time you'll have to do that.
Okay, copy that.
Yeah, it doesn't get consumed, so you'll only have to do it this once. So,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
as you're doing that, Zeos, Laren, anything specific?
I don't think so.
For reference, you find yourself in a room with 4 beds that are probably full-sized, on a basic wooden frame, 2 on each wall with a large window at the northern end, a couple banners decoratively placed on the stone walls with a wooden floor beneath you, a couple torches at the entrance and in the corners. It's not much to look at, especially with the stone walls, but it gets the job done. And since he wasn't making you pay for anything, it makes sense to stay here for the night.
I would probably just lay down, but like do a lot of thinking. So I'm
Okay.
not going to sleep yet, but is thinking an action?
No, you're not into any form of combat here, so
Oh,
actions or anything don't really matter.
All right, cool.
So, okay, just thinking, going over your thoughts. Gar, make me a perception check. Okay.
20.
Are you trying to be, like, blending in while you're listening to these guys, or, like, sneakily listening? Or...
Yeah, well, no, just kind of sitting there, like, acting as if I'm in my own head, just kind of relaxing after a long day travel. Like, they all obviously know that we just came out of the forest.
Yeah.
So it would make sense that I'd be sitting there kind of trying to relax and just...
Okay. They don't seem to talk very... there seems to be, like, a male and female guard back at the entrance where you guys entered the keep. Is where you're sitting down on one of the chairs that's in the entryway. And you can see them kind of looking over at you periodically, little inquisitive. But other than that, you catch whispers pertaining to scouts sent out, which you heard Baldric mention that there were scouts sent out. The mention of 3 different locations that they sent them to, the fact that they sent Aethys to this or not sent, Aethys chose to go to this location personally. You catch some whispers of uncertainty. They're not particularly afraid of the portal. It actually seems like, based on these, that they don't fully know what it is yet, and so the fear is more around the mystery rather than like, oh god, we know exactly what this is and get rid of it. So, which lines up with what Baldric was telling you, that Torin seems to be the one primarily taking care of analyzing all of this, but they don't have enough information.
Okay.
Okay.
After 20 minutes or so of that, I'll head to the room and
Okay.
doff my armor a little bit.
Perfect. Mavis, anything specific?
No, I'm just reveling in my creation and smiling as I go to sleep because I've discovered something new already. Just like
Just a little bit out of the forest, already something new. Ah, this is exciting.
So, as you all head off to bed, you each find yourselves throughout the night with dreams of this portal. Nothing specific, not like a grand revelation, but like you can't get it out of your mind. In each of your dreams, it's there in the background, just this ominous eye staring at you. Gar, about partway through the night, you begin to have a dream of your old crew. You're back on the ship. There's waves crashing in around you. The storms with the flashes of lightning in the sky. It's a small vessel, and it's being practically thrown around like a rag doll from the intensity of this storm. You are a small crew, only 5. You can hear Jarlin shouting out orders, "Hurry on the mast!" As everybody is in a scramble around the ship, making sure that they're stabilizing it, as off to your side you catch a large wave crash into the side of the ship as you fall into the water below. You remember this moment, and as you send out a single prayer to any deity that might be listening, who you know Melora was the one that answered you, there's a sinking feeling in the pit of your stomach. I need you to make a perception check.
Would this be a disadvantage since I'm like underwater and
Yeah,
darkness
probably.
and storm?
Probably would.
15.
15. So, as you crash into the surface of the water, and it envelops you, darkness above, you can see your ship beginning to capsize. And as you look out in the darkness of the sea below you, you catch a single figure, just barely, as a flash of lightning overhead illuminates the ocean below. Single figure floating in the ocean with you. You can't make out details. You can barely even tell race from this distance. It's a wonder you even caught it at all.
Swim towards it.
As you try to swim towards it, the dream fades. And you find yourself off to a not so peaceful night, yet getting a well night's rest.
Okay.
Eventually, morning
I
comes.
tried to shoot the portal with my gun in my dream, by the way.
Yeah,
Curious
and
what happened.
you did. It took about 120 feet before the firebolt fizzled off into the air. It was pretty close though.
It's further than 120 feet.
1 second, I gotta find the thing here. There it is.
We just clicked the L dot rest, right? To do the long
Yes,
rest?
everybody,
right.
you have finished a long rest. On your main character sheet at the top, there is an L rest button. Make sure to click that. That'll automatically recover all your resources that are set to recover and give you full HP, half your hit dice, all that jazz.
Ooh, I like it.
All right. As you guys each awaken at different parts in the morning, same thing. It's a sunny day. The storm seems to have moved on. No overcast. It's actually pretty nice. It seems to be pretty nice out the northern window that you saw before. No change in the portal.
Still solid.
Still solid.
Yeah.
Looks about the same.
Okay.
Need you all to make perception checks.
All right.
First roll of the day. 12.
All right.
Damn, we're counting down.
13, 12, 11. Nerd.
21.
21.
So,
21.
as you all wake up, still kind of groggy-eyed, you rubbing your eyes to try and get ready for the day, Laren, you pick up on a couple voices outside. It sounds like Commander Baldric and Commander Aethys talking. And you can hear bits of muffled conversation, but you catch things like, Aethys, I know you don't know them, but it's our best chance. We don't know anything about where this came from. I don't trust him. I don't know why you trust him so much. You don't trust anyone, Aethys. But you trust me, right? I think this is for the best. Trust your old friend. And you hear a drawn-out sigh. Only because it's you. All right. But consider our debts paid. Aethys. As it seems like you hear one set of footprints walk off, and then there's a knock at your door.
Who goes there?
You're awake.
Oh, yeah.
Just barely.
Yes.
Is
Brush
it
myself off.
is it okay to come in?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He opens up the door. Aye. Seems to have got you covered. Commander Aethys will take you over to Calcheth whenever you're ready to go.
Perfect. All right.
Thank you.
I'm ready now.
Oh, all right.
Need a few moments to don my armor.
Hey, of
Like,
course.
sitting there trying to polish it.
Of course. Take the time you need. It's not like these rooms are under reservation or anything.
You know that polish is gonna wear off in like 2 minutes when we get into combat, right? It's gonna get dirty, it's gonna get grimy, it's gonna get bloody.
It's less about the way it looks and more about the discipline of doing it.
It sounds
Maintain.
taxing and pointless if it's just gonna get dirtied again. I don't get it. Let me know when you're done, Gar.
Walk out
5 minutes.
As Baldric is walking away, he turns back. Oh, by the way, Commander Aethys is distrusting by nature. That's how he got into his position. He doesn't let anybody get too close to betray him. It's nothing personal, but I figured I'd let you know.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank
We'll
you.
just bring him over with our charm and wit.
Aye, of course. Charm and wit, as he says, walking off. Well, the day is yours. You can take whatever time you need. If there's anything specific you want to do. Otherwise, you know that Calcheth, from everything that was being said, is about a half-day's journey north. And actually, it's a little bit outside of Calcheth that you guys are actually going to. About 10 miles south of it, to be specific.
Okay. What the area that we're in immediately, is it just like kind of rolling hills, open plains type stuff?
So as you look out the window, you're in a kind of walled-in section of town, simple palisade walls that rise probably 15 feet. And outside of the walled section of town, you see farmland, spread out pretty sporadically. No massive farms. This is a pretty small town. It seems like simple folk. But beyond that, actually grassy hills that seem to extend on for miles. Seems like it'd be relatively easy travel.
No mine, no board. Maybe later. Okay.
I'm gonna walk outside, and I wanna kind of just look around, not sneakily at all. I'm looking at all of the guards' weaponry. I want to see if it differs from what I've seen in Sunset Valley before. If it's like high tech or anything like that, or if it's just bows and arrows and swords like always before.
Make me an investigation check.
Okay.
11. So going around very nondiscreet, you go up against one guard that has a sword off to his side. As you think for a second that maybe the sword might be superpowered with a rocket, alas, it is not. It is a normal sword. As you get closer, you have like your little spectacles out, staring right at it, and he notices you. What are you doing, gnome?
I'm trying to see what weapon you have.
That's my sword you're looking at.
I know, and it's pretty boring.
You're just gonna look at a man's sword while he's standing here? I don't understand.
I always look at people's swords.
What, in the middle of the broad daylight, with everyone staring at you?
You're the one leaving it out in the open here. I'm just taking the time to
Listen,
look at
don't tell a
it,
man what to
not
do with his
admire
sword,
it.
alright? What I do with my sword is my own business.
Well, lucky for you, your sword is unimpressive. Otherwise, I might have had to take it.
Oh, damn.
He gives you this, like, squinty-eyed, like, is this actually for real look? Don't talk to me. As he walks off, like, to where another group of guards is.
Walk it off and continuing doing the same thing.
Yeah, you slowly make your way through a procession of about 4 different guards that now you see a small group of guards off to the side that are like having hushed conversation and staring over at you with these like weirded out eyes.
I'm just heading until Gar's ready. That's what I'm doing with my day.
Unfortunately,
So,
investigating every sword that you find, they all seem mundane, boring, inadequate.
Damn. Okay.
Eventually, unless there's anything the rest of you are doing.
I don't think so. Not for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna see my character's writing in a journal.
Sorry?
I'm gonna say Zeus is writing in his journal.
Okay. Sure. Eventually, you guys do all meet up. Are you writing anything like specific that you would, or just like recapping the day type of thing?
I would say literally the notes I was taking down right now in my session 2 journal. If you wanted to read it.
Okay. All right.
What I was thinking.
So eventually, though, you guys all find yourselves out in what can be considered the thoroughfare, I guess, of Bay Grove. It's really just a more well-traveled dirt path with a small well in the center where you see Commander Aethys and a small group of really only about 2 other guards, which you saw traveling with him before, standing there prepping some horses. As you guys get closer, you see Aethys approach you like pretty adamantly. All right, listen. I don't know any of you. I don't know where you came from. But Baldric's a friend of mine, and he asked me to take you along with me. That's the extent of our relationship, got it?
Understood. I don't know you either, and I don't know Baldric either, so I trust you probably less than you trust.
All right.
He's right.
We'll probably make good acquaintances then.
I doubt it. But take us there and...
The horse is ready.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, Commander. All right. You ready to go, or you want to keep standing around for a little
Always.
while?
I'm
Lead
ready
the
to
way,
go.
Captain.
It's Commander, but good try.
Sure.
As they ready up the horses, it seems like they've also readied up a few more for you guys. And you begin the trek north, to Kalcheth.
Has Mavis ever ridden a horse?
Oh God, no, I haven't.
Mavis is probably the only one here who hasn't.
We didn't ride any in during the Sunset Valley campaign,
No.
did we?
No.
No.
There weren't even
No, then
stables.
I certainly haven't.
Stabilize, beast!
Maybe an animal handling check, Mavis.
Okay, copy that.
Where do I find my height and weight?
For some reason, some of the bio specific fields here aren't available. I am gonna see if they have any like more fully fledged out modules that maybe have that. Otherwise, we can always add it to like a manual table and a journal entry or something, because there are HTML tables available.
Okay.
So Mavis, despite the fact that you are on top of this four-legged beast that is
wow.
quite a bit larger than you, that you don't even really know how to ride, you seem to be maintaining your own, albeit you want to be finished with this ride. This is not a very controllable beast. He's not listening to your commands, though he seems to be following the others out of a natural instinct rather than your instructions.
Do as I say. Straight.
You kind of
Davis, so you're right back there.
bucks back
yeah,
at one
he's
point
obeying.
and rights himself.
Right.
You guys travel north through the green grasslands, the small village, really, of Baygrove slowly becoming a speck behind you. With nothing but the wind, no birds or anything. It's not, I mean, maybe the occasional hawk overhead. Other than that, it's not like there's any real fully fledged ecosystem here that's very visible. Is there anything specific that anyone wants to do? Wow.
Keeping an eye out
Okay.
for anything that might seem to be a threat.
Okay.
I'm keeping an eye out for anything that might seem to be interesting, not necessarily threatening.
Interesting.
So like an ore, mines, anything like that.
Okay. Go ahead and make me perception checks, the two of you.
Son of this.
And I'm gonna ask the group: does anyone have a spare health potion?
Sure. I hand him a potion
I
of
believe
healing.
I do. Let me just dig around in this really deep bag here.
No, I've
do.
got it.
I have one extra.
No, okay.
I just take the one from Gar and put it in my, I don't know, bag, I guess.
Laren, what were you wanting to roll perception for? What you looking for?
Any signs of danger? So basically the same thing Gar is doing. Any threats or anything like that?
Okay. So let's see. Gar, looking around, this is kind of out of, well, it's not actually particularly out of your element. Where you're from is a lot of open land. But nothing catches your eye in particular. Occasionally you see some rustling in some of the grass afar off, but eventually you see like a small tail of what's probably a canine meandering about. No real threats. Laren, pretty much same for you. The name of the commander is Commander Aethys. Without the
I think I
E,
know
yes.
his name.
Without the E.
Yep.
Oh.
It's
without the
Avis.
E, okay. Roger,
It's
roger.
a this.
Yep.
It's a these.
It's a this.
Mario.
It's a this, a Mario. You guys travel. Let's see. Mavis, looking out with your perception check, it's a lot of grass fields here. I mean, you can see actually the peaks of some mountains far off in the distance, several miles. It would be quite the detour to go to those first. To be able to look for anything. Other than that,
for sure.
definitely a lot of grass. Thank you for the shout out. Welcome, Drax and Raiders. It takes you guys the better part of probably about 6 hours to before. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, how tall does the grass grow out here? Is it like overgrown?
It varies in regions. It doesn't really get any shorter than about a foot tall, though. It maxing out at somewhere around 2.5 to 3 feet at points. But eventually, towards the latter part of about 6 hours, very little conversation exchange. You see Aethys at the front of this, what the heck is the word? Not procedure. Procession, thank you. At the front of this procession, leading everyone, like, absolutely straight-backed, staring straight ahead. You can tell this is a man with a mission. He only has a couple other guards that are immediately flanking him on horses as well, and then the 4 of you at the back. And after about 6 hours, you finally see the portal starting to get closer, which is something that hasn't happened before. It begins to actually, instead of being a far off in the horizon as it has been this entire time, it slowly grows to getting closer overhead. Looking ahead now, still in these rolling hills, which have become a little more hilly, a little less flat, you see a blockade of a wall that seems to be a kind of haphazardly built wall that
There you go.
conforms to the hills in a pretty generous circle, probably about 200 feet in diameter, with guards occasionally posted at different points in the perimeter. However, as you guys approach, you can hear from the front Aethys just kind of mutter, "Welcome home, I guess," as he looks up at the dark portal in the sky, which now it looks probably, it's difficult to tell from this distance, but just by your judgment, 40 feet across? It's a pretty significantly sized portal up in the sky, although you can't be entirely certain of your estimates given how strange this thing has behaved. Nathan seems to be lagging out hard.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna wait for a second.
Come back to us, Nathan.
Baby, come back.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Nathan definitely lagged out.
Can blame it on me.
His internet rolled a 5.
Excuse us, chat, while we experience technical
I can
difficulties.
hear you, but I can't
Oh,
see much.
He's still
You can
frozen.
hear me?
Oh,
Oh,
Oh.
are we?
I
You're
hear
moving.
him. I hear him say, "Can you hear me?"
Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God, what the?
I wonder
Okay.
when we're actually
What the
like.
hell?
Okay, tell me when you hear this, Nathan.
I've been hearing you guys literally the entire time.
Okay, now you're caught up because I couldn't hear you. We couldn't hear you at all, but you just responded to that. So
Huh? Yeah. I've been responding. I heard you guys the whole time.
Yeah.
You guys were just frozen visually.
very. He's wrecked. Yes, he is.
It's been weird. I've been having to reboot because it keeps like booting me off the internet. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you
but-
still look like you're a little laggy, but it looks better. Seems like-
My bad.
So,
No, you're good.
as you guys approach this, looks like there's a primary entrance that they kind of designate. A little bit of a break in this wall formation. Aethys and his 2 guards travel through the wall, and as you guys approach, you're caught off guard by a large, 12-foot tall or so Cyclops that steps in front of your way, and you see him staring down at you, all 4, as he looks at each of you with his one big eye. "Who are you?"
Ladies and gentlemen, and you are large.
Why are you here?
Aaron,
That thing.
Yes.
Pointing up at the
We're here
portal.
to study the portal.
Okay, you can go in. As you see somebody step out from the side next to him, he's like, "No, no, no! Gork, what if they were lying? Listen, we've been over this. When you ask people who are asking to enter this secured perimeter, you have to ensure that they're telling the truth. Ask them again, and do it correct." As you see Gork look back at you guys. "Who are you?"
Makes sense.
Friends.
We just did this.
Why are you here?
Study the portal.
That portal right there. This
As
is
he
wasting time.
looks over at this human now that you see, who has kind of this slicked back hair parted down the middle, different like colorful attire on, holds himself very proper, as he gives him this human gives this Cyclops a very keen glare. Cyclops look back at you guys. "Are you sure?"
Yes.
Okay, you can go in. He says, no!
All right.
Gork! How many times do we have to go over
I'm gonna need
this?
you to stop stopping him. This is going perfectly.
No,
and you're ruining
I
it.
don't know any of you. We were put here to prevent any intruders from entering the perimeter.
Right. He knows us now. We've introduced ourselves twice.
That could be a lie, and we must discern properly. Gork! One more time, please, from the top. Now, when they say why they're here, they could be lying. Be sure to ask them. And when they tell you again, ask them again! Very
What is
intently.
your name, you imbecilic invertebrate? What is it?
I am Donovan. For
Donovan?
whoever
I'm
you
gonna
are.
recommend to Aegis that you'd be fired.
Well,
Now,
we are contractors from outside of the city, and my companion here, Gork, while he may be very well endowed with the brawn, has not been given the brain. And now I am attempting to train him in the proper way of guarding. Is more than physical. You must identify who is a threat and who is an ally. Gork, again.
How do we know you're not a threat?
As Gork looks down at you guys, who are you?
Mavis.
Hmm.
Shems.
Gork.
That's my name.
What a coincidence. We must be related.
You see him look over at Donovan. I think I
Your
found
name
my
is
brother.
Gar.
Why are you here,
don't
brother
understand.
Gork?
To make sure no intruders come into the gate.
You see him like look down at you. His one eye kind of like opens up a little bit curiously. Is that a
I know, I'm
lie?
confused.
Yes.
I think it might be.
Do
You
you know
said they're
Commander?
lying. Right, Gork. You've caught them in the act. Now, ensure that they are not lying about lying. You see Gork kind of like look at him, very confused. Are you sure you're lying?
I cover one eye. You got me. I'm your brother.
Brother's family, you can go in. He's like, no! Gork! As you see Aethys step up behind him and put his hand on Donovan's shoulder. It's okay, Donovan. Unfortunately, they're with me.
I have my hand on my gun.
Of course, sir. Of course, we were just, proactively defending the perimeter of this fine establishment, and that we need to secure the yeah. Just stop your yammering. Come on in. As he waves the four of you in.
Goodbye, brother.
Brother, yes. You hear just vaguely off in the distance as you enter. Donovan, I think I'm gonna move in with my family.
I Donovan the whole time that we're walking.
You see a very long, drawn out. He's not looking at you. He's looking at Gork. You see a very long, drawn out face moment. As you guys are brought further in, this is a pretty. It seems like a quickly put together camp. There's an array of different tents and like small battle stations set up. There's a planning table, what looks like in the center, just kind of under this dark portal in the sky, and a larger tent that probably is where Commander Aethys sleeps. And currently around this planning table in the center, you see what looks like a couple humans, maybe even a couple dwarves, and one dragonborn with a robe on that looks like it goes down to about his calves. He is actually a gold dragonborn, and you can see as he turns to face the group, he's got one monocle on his right eye, as he kind of adjusts it as you all approach, and Aethys speaks out. Torin, looks like we got some people here that, according to a friend of mine, might be able to help us be a little more enlightened in this situation.
Does Torin have a tail?
You see that he does have a tail. As Torin kind of adjusts his monocle. Well, seems this group is well equipped for such travels throughout a land. Where did they come from? Apparently they came from the Geldenwood. I don't know what that is. I've been in Kalsheth for not a very long time. As
Not
you
a
know,
tree is pretty
Aethys.
boring.
Well, as of yet, if anybody is brought in by Commander Aethys, I have to assume you are at least to be somewhat trusted. I am Torin Ebenictominus.
Oh, you're the portal expert, aren't you?
That
That's
I am.
perfect.
I'm gonna lay sideways trying to slide off my horse.
Make a dexterity save, an acrobatics check.
Alright. Acrobatics.
Okay. Yeah, you slide off and just like land on both your little feet on the ground. Perfectly fine.
Pleasure to meet you. Mavis Shems.
Mavis Shems, as I said, Torin. He reaches down and he grabs your hand, and he doesn't squeeze too hard. You can see he's very polite in his manners, even if he seems a little bit like dedicated in his thoughts, if that makes sense. He has the same kind of air about him that Aethys has, of a problem solver, of dedicated to a cause, but a little bit more accommodating than Aethys.
I think.
As he... Sorry, I have to open up my notes here. As he finishes shaking your hand,
And you, fellow Dragonborn, I see. Welcome.
Right, I'm Gar Zarash.
Gar, of course.
You
Zarash.
hail from the Hollow Fjord.
Hollowfjord. Why, I was but a young Dragonborn in my day when I was from there, but yes. I have spent the majority of my last decades in the city of Harmony. A pleasure to meet you,
I didn't know your
nonetheless.
last name was Darash. I'm sorry.
and you,
Right.
as he reaches out his hand for you, Zeus.
Question: do I know Thorn by any chance from other places?
No, you've never met Torin before.
Not met, but might have known his name.
Oh, heard of him?
Yeah.
Make a history check.
I guess what I'm trying to check is I'll just give them to you. Just judging by certain things.
Sure.
And then I'll make a history check, unless that is true.
Yeah, go ahead and make a history check for that.
Okay. History, or am I dumb or smart? Yeah.
A little bit above average.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Say I'm Zeus.
As you say that, he kind of has a curious look on his face, scratches his chin.
Zeus. Like the children novel.
Yes.
Very interesting.
You're named after a children's novel.
Well, not the novel itself. The character within the novel. A lost boy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Makes sense.
And you, young miss.
I'm Laren, sir.
Laren, of course. Welcome, all of you. Apologies for, well, a peculiar circumstance. I have been investigating this portal for the better part of 2 days, and am still yet able to determine its origin. But it seems Commander Aethys has brought you in as consultants. What, might I ask, information do you have as to the origin of this portal?
Well, we know
Well,
very many
we
things.
know a bit. We know the creators.
You do? Well, that would go a long way in determining how we could stop it.
Have you heard of the Order of the Dark Knight?
Order of the Dark Knight. Can't say that I have. Are they related to the
Maybe
Nox
just a name.
family at all? I've heard a lot about them since I came from Harmony.
Not.
That's the second time we've heard them. What is their
Not that we knew of.
As
what
you
is their deal?
ask that, Aethys chimes up. They're a family of thieves that have been a scourge on Kalchath for the last several decades.
Decade. You
Decades.
can catch. How big of a family are we talking?
Well, family is a loose term. At this point, they're more of a clan.
Ah,
Started off as a family. Still go by that, though. Bunch of annoying
well,
little fuckers, I'll
as
tell
far
you
as we know,
that.
they have nothing to do with it, as far as we know.
Wow. Very well. Well, as of yet, I do not know the origin of this portal, and I am inclined to believe that it may very well be harmless, as since I don't know anything, it could connect to any plane, perhaps a demi-plane or even another location on the
Do
material
we
plane.
know the plane that it sent us to when we went?
Oh yeah. According to everything you
Yeah.
learned from the Order of the Dark Knight, their central goal was to bring the Abyss to the material plane. And you did hear from Marcon back when he was being falsely accused that the Order of the Dark Knight, or rather, the Abyss is a plane of pure chaotic evil, where demons roam to and fro searching for portals to the material plane with a sole purpose of destruction and devouring.
Right. Well, is there quite a few people around, or is it just Aethys and Torin?
At this point, you guys have kind of backed off from the central table a little bit as he's kind of talking with you guys. It's just you guys, Aethys and Torin.
Okay. It leads to the Abyss.
And you
Yeah,
see that he was kind of looking up at the portal, and as you say that, his head goes down, and you can see his eyes have a level of fear to them as he takes the monocle off.
That was our reaction at first as well.
And we've been there. It's
I'm sorry, you've been to the Abyss.
Right.
We
When
were
we
there.
were fighting this order, we were transported via the portal to the Abyss
And
and fought our
Well.
way back.
This just
that
became...
rusty screw Athenor. He's the one who opened it, by the way.
I've not heard this name. My apologies.
Seems to be a general of sorts of this order.
Well, if this does indeed connect to the Abyss, then we must close this portal.
Exactly why we're here.
Our sentiments, exactly.
How much do any of you know of planar portals?
How
Not
much
much.
do we know of planar portals?
How much do I know?
Yeah, Zeos, make me a history check. The rest of you can make history checks with disadvantage. Because there would have
Have
been
a
there would have been opportunity to learn little things here and there.
4.
Okay.
11.
Nothing specific really comes to your minds. Even you with that history check, Zeos, you know the basics that probably anybody would know. A planar portal can sometimes be created by intentional action, whether that's a spell or an artifact. Sometimes they can come into existence kind of randomly, although that's pretty rare, and even then, something usually has to be the impetus for that. Other than that, nothing very specific comes to mind. As Torin continues,
Well, portals are different depending on the plane they connect to, and the Abyss is quite possibly one of the worst that it could connect to. You see, from all my research, a portal to the Abyss has 4 stages. The first one is usually caused by a demonic presence somewhere in the land. This can be identified by warped nature, dark energy, a general twisting of the natural order. Usually this is caused by the presence of a demon, and will take some time, depending on the power of this being, from mere weeks to several months before a portal is created. However, you say this portal was created... You didn't actually
Someone
say.
pulled a lever.
A lever.
Yeah.
So it was
And
They
created
were
artificially.
making sacrifices.
Did
They
they
were, yeah.
succeed?
Yes, unfortunately, we
I-
were unable
wait,
to
no.
stop.
No.
No,
They-
no, we
they
interrupted it
you.
mid-process.
They were
We were
sacrificing
great heroes,
children,
and we saved
and we
all the children.
saved 3 of them.
you actually saved all 4.
There was
Saved
4.
all.
I couldn't remember how many. I
Yeah.
remember 3.
Yep, there was a halfling,
far as
an
we know,
elf,
they
and 2
were-
humans.
Okay.
They were forced to enact the pulling of the lever early because we stopped their sacrifices, which were supposed to stabilize the portal that was going to be created, and in doing so, it was destabilized and launched out to here instead of in where it was meant to be.
Well, the 4 of you may very well have saved the land by doing this. You see, if the portal was allowed to artificially create in this manner, it could have skipped several steps and become a... It could have lost the material plane.
Right, so what stage do you believe it to be in now?
Well, I believe that since it is stabilized, I assume you all have noticed it stopped pulsing. I believe that it has entered its first stage. This is very different. I believe this portal to be unstable, and as such it's not behaving in normal manners. Normally a portal would not be existent this early. Thankfully, that means we have time to stop it.
As an unstable portal, can anything come in or go through?
Yes, it can, and that's the part that's disconcerting. However, if there was no specific location in the abyss for this to be anchored to, it could have manifested anywhere, in which case it will take some time before it will be located by demons on that side.
When we were transported to some dark castle.
Very
With this
disconcerting.
very large, stitched up monster that wanted to eat us. He called us food. I would have been a snack to him. I was the size of his big toe.
That's quite terrifying indeed. I'm sorry for your experience, Master Gnome.
It was.
Well,
Master.
Mister.
Right.
No,
You're
man,
gonna go
let
to
the man
the
speak.
immediately.
Let
well,
the man speak.
if the portal on this side did not manifest in its originally intended location, it stands to reason that the same could have happened on that side. You see, in my research I have identified 3 tethers connecting this portal to different locations here. One of them, down where Commander Aethys just returned from. Baygrove, I believe you said it was, Aethys? Yes, Baygrove. Just returned there after some creature came bursting out of the Geldenwood, with these being followed.
Yeah, we saw
That
that.
creature. Any idea what that creature was, by the way?
Can you
Looked like some
describe it
sort
to
of-
me?
Big, muscly.
Looked like
Large.
some sort of malformed gorilla.
A gorilla.
What's a gorilla?
It's
Well,
a giant ape.
about how tall was it?
Ah, yes. of
12
course.
feet tall.
This could very well have been a Bargura. They resemble gorillas in many manners, but they are indeed a demon.
So that would be
Right.
the first step of which you stated earlier, yes? The presence of a demon.
Well, possibly, except usually it precedes a portal. At this point, it seems that perhaps it was pulled through the portal. Very
Right.
peculiar indeed.
What are the other 3?
Well, we
That
have
are
sent
required.
scouts to each location. So far, the only ones to have returned are Aethys and his troop. The others we're still waiting on, but there is one. I do have to make one retcon. It is off to the west where the other one is that I said. I said east last time.
Okay,
Is
I
it
was
near
like,
the
oh,
shore?
shit.
Huh? Yeah.
Okay, it's off to the west.
One off to the west and one to the north, neither of which scouts have returned yet. I have a proposition. All of us are here, still gathering data and research on what we can. From these tethers that have been identified, though I can't tell their endpoint, I can tell their direction. And since we know the location of one, it is very possible that this being, this Bargura that you found, that its life force is connected to the portal. Caught in between planes somehow. You said it was Shadow.
Yeah.
It did have a
Shadows
shadowy
looking up.
presence, yes.
Bargura are normally red-skinned and fully formed. It is entirely possible this creature is caught in between planes. I would tread lightly. I do not know what this will do to this creature, but I would recommend exterminating it.
Have you ever seen anything like it around here before?
Thankfully not. Otherwise, if gone and checked, as I mentioned, a portal might form. Portals behave differently depending on the realm they're attached to. One connected to the abyss, if allowed to proceed to its 4th and final stage, would change the material plane into another layer of the abyss. This is how the layers of the abyss are formed in the first place. These incursions, intrusions, that is why it is called the infinite layers of the abyss. We must not allow this to happen. And, since this portal is still in its early stages, perhaps if we were to destroy these creatures that seem to have come through, perhaps they are powering it somehow.
So you're suggesting we go back and we genocide the Balgrana, was it?
No, that would be a Liguana. This is a Bargura.
Ah. Oh, yes, of course, Balgrana.
Genocide is on a much more grand scale. This would simply be a hunt.
I only shoot aim high. I aim for.
Well,
Did you say the other one was north? So north and west?
North and west, yes.
Okay.
What
and that they're waiting on the two scouts to return, two scouting parties.
Okay.
what information can you give us about a Balgura as far as its strengths, its weaknesses?
Well, he rolled well on a history check. Well, in my research, I am not much of a demonologist, more the portals themselves. But for a Balgura, I do believe I would not attempt to use anything cold or fire against it. And I would avoid lightning as well. But unfortunately, due to the nature of these and their somehow multi-dimensional planar activity caught in between, I cannot say for sure that my research will be accurate. They could be behaving entirely differently.
No fire.
I'm gonna
No lightning.
like start up a sacred flame in my hand and ask, what about the divine?
Well, according to my knowledge, you should be able to use that perfectly fine.
Very well.
However, I don't believe that this will do any more than normal. If it is at your disposal, I would recommend using whatever you have.
Fair enough.
I'm going to ask, how do you see these tethers?
Well, through the use of magic. For myself,
Maybe it's like magic doesn't exist. I'm leaving.
Nathan, do you want to reboot?
It looks better now.
I mean, like, I'm back. It's just
Yeah, but you are lagging.
being weird.
Should we
Am
take
I really
a 5? then?
I mean, we could take a quick break.
Have I stabilized or am I?
And get more alcohol.
Unstable.
But John,
Right now, you're okay.
He's fine for me.
Okay.
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 Then I said we can keep going. I'll just reboot during the bathroom break.
Okay,
Um,
that'll work.
Do
What's
that
going
in like
on, man?
half an hour.
So the last thing was you said no fire, no lightning. Yeah, Mavis.
Okay. What was that was the last thing that was said?
Fine,
yes.
Magic is how you can see the tethers.
Yes, magic is how you can see the tethers. Well,
Oh.
my own personal devices that I've created. Just only,
You're an engineer.
well, not entirely. I import devices and then whatever spells them.
Where?
Well, all over, I suppose. But
Is there a main importer?
you consider yourself a bit of an inventor yourself.
Yes,
Well.
I am. Maybe this is Mechanical Marvels. Remember the name. You'll hear it. You will.
Of course I will. I'm not one much to ask for that. If you want, you can ask him. As he points over and you see a small tent, Mavis, that partially reminds you of Zook's place. It's got like a bunch of weird contraptions hanging from different hooks sprawled out on a table, and you see one gnome with this grayish beard standing behind it, kind of like using what looks like a screwdriver on one of the things that he has.
My kid.
You could,
Thank you. You all continue talking. You'll inform me later. Yes. Okay. I'll be back.
I'm right over there.
well, he seems eager.
It's like a kid in a candy stall. It's
Yes, of course. Well,
Anyways, I was wondering if you could show me potentially. I could figure out how to see these tethers so we can confirm that it is the
the Balgura.
Bargura.
Well, are you skilled in magics?
A little bit.
Unfortunately, these magics that I have developed require the use of somebody with a little bit of experience. In terms of the levels of spells, this is somewhere in the 4th or 5th level.
Well, if you just write down the technique, maybe by the time I get there, I'll figure it out.
You seem ambitious. I like that. Unfortunately, this will take a lot of time, and I don't know how much time we have. This portal is progressing very rapidly, even if it is in the early stages. I would recommend that you
travel back where you came from. Enter this, what did you call it? Geldenwood. It's a forest just south of Baygrove. Right, the Geldenwood. I recommend that you go back there and search for this beast. If it is indeed somehow feeding this portal, it must be taking its energy from somewhere. And at this point, you see Aethys kind of take a step back. The Geldenwood is an enchanted forest. I wonder if it's sapping some of that magic for itself or for this portal.
It is.
Very well could be.
That is an enchanted forest. Could go much quicker than we anticipated.
We better hurry back.
One last question about the Barlgura.
Of course.
What type of creature would you deem it? Maybe a fiend or
Most certainly a fiend. A demonic fiend at that.
right?
They normally attack in groups, though. If you only saw one, it is possible that there's only one, but that will make its behavior even more unpredictable.
We only heard the one, I believe.
What were you going to say, Larry?
Is it, if it's caught between dimensions currently, is it possible to kill it?
Well, I suppose this is what we must learn. However, I do believe it should be fine. This most likely only has an effect on the way it affects the terrain around, and possibly its combat ability. But it is a creature nonetheless. Look for signs of corruption within the forest. This will lead you the right way.
Signs of
Before-
corruption.
Before we part ways from him, I want to give him one more once-over and see if there's any notable symbols or anything that I would recognize as like noble families from Daristrix.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Investigation.
While he's doing that, I'm going to assist again. That he writes down any techniques that he can give me about his magical ways.
Okay. Let's see. Nothing stands out in terms of noble families. The thing that does stand out to you, embroidered on his robe, is a symbol of a clef note, a musical note, with ripples coming off of the side of it. Surrounded by 4 quadrants of circles. And hearing that he was from the city of Harmony, and the little bit of lore that you know of that, this seems to be the symbol for Harmony.
Right.
Well, young Master Zeos, unfortunately, spells of this magnitude take much time to share and to learn. But I could probably put one use of it on a scroll for you.
Okay.
This will take some time. I would recommend that since you know where this one is, you search it out manually, but I should have a scroll ready by the time you return.
That sounds good. And if there's any bits of other things, please write them down as well. I'd be happy to gain that knowledge.
Of course. Fellow magic seeker, and you seem well learned as well. And like I said, ambitious. I respect that.
I whispered you something quick.
Yes, which I will mention here.
I assume is yes.
Yeah.
And if he does know that, it's probably on my body.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm pointing that out.
Gotcha.
So I'll say it's on my back, so when I turn around and walk away, he'll know.
Okay. Wait. What the heck did I just type?
Did you type something?
No, I typed it wrong and didn't send it yet.
Oh, you didn't send it? Okay. I'm seeing what everyone else is talking about. Frickin' Audie won't shut the heck up. Are you talking about me?
No,
it's
Audie.
Matt.
Yeah, Audie's his
Oh,
cat.
Audie.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like the oddball of the group. I'm like,
That's definitely Mavis.
that's definitely Mavis, right? yeah, okay.
Let's see if he recognizes that. Whew.
So it's only when we do stat rolls and stuff that it's under our characters, but when we're talking, it's our usernames, it seems like.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. I wish that they would do that a little better, but it's a little limiting right now. It will talk as your character if you have one on the scene, but since we're on the world map, it uses your account names.
Yeah. You could just hide us in a corner somewhere.
Yeah, that's true. I might do that for the upcoming ones. It seems that when you turn around, he already is off to something else. For reference, that means I rolled a nat 1 on his perception check. So, Gar, was there something you said you wanted to ask him something else, or did you already ask it?
No, I already asked.
Okay.
Asked what he would classify the Barlgura as.
Right. Okay. Mavis, as you make your way towards this tent, there's, like I said, a gnome standing behind it. He has like a makeshift wooden helmet on that's strapped underneath. It kind of pulls his beard tightly.
Yes.
He currently has a pair of glasses, not goggles like Zook did, but regular glasses, as he's leaning over what looks like a mug, a simple cup on the desk of her. He's like, get fixed in there. Gotta make sure that the calibration is set. Oh,
Fellow gnome.
who are you? Where?
Maybe some.
I haven't seen you around here. Are you from Calcheth?
I know. Gildenwood.
Get-
The Bay Grove.
Bay Grove. Isn't that a farming town? Either way, welcome.
Boring. Yes. Pleasure to meet you.
Where the
And
hell
your name
it?
is?
I'm Tanston. Tanston Tiddlywink. Don't laugh at my name. I get that a lot.
Pleasure to meet
No,
you.
no.
Mr. Wink.
We're not there, so
Yeah, you're not.
I just like
My-
wait, hold on. Can I roll perception to see if I overhear that name?
Go ahead and roll at a disadvantage because you would have been in the middle of conversation with Torin, but yeah, go ahead and do that.
This is happening
Okay.
simultaneously.
Disadvantage
amazing.
perception check. Let's go.
Come on.
Disadvantage.
Ooh.
Oh,
You hear Mavis talking, and that kind of forces you to stop listening for a second.
yeah, we're out now.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And go back to your
Looking
conversation.
around his shop, because I've kind of glanced at it, does he have anything more impressive than a mug that he's made, or is it
You
all
see
just, like-
a couple swords that have like 2 handles on them. That are one of them that has like a blade that splits off into 2. Seems kind of strange, the things
Yeah.
that he's building, but nothing that stands out as far as like, you know, on par with your cannons or anything that looks mundane like that you could actually use as a device. He has a
He's
couple
crafting
morning
things
stars, a
like
couple big shields. Make a perception check.
All right. Da-ba-da-da-da. Hey,
Okay.
that's a 9.
Yeah, that's mainly what you see.
Okay.
I must say, your inventions are quite unique.
Why, yes,
Where do
they
you
are.
have
That's
to get-
why I work here.
What's the name of your star of your shop of what your wares?
Well, unfortunately, I don't really have a name here. I'm Calcheth Militia. It doesn't really roll off the tongue. But
it doesn't.
one day, over in Sprocketon, I'll make a living. I swear it.
Brocketon?
Yeah,
What is
Sprocketon.
that?
How are you, a
What's
rock gnome? How you appear to be, and never heard of Sprocketon. It's a town of
I'm
all of us
from a
rock
very
gnomes.
small town, and I've just recently been able to leave it. And I'm ready to see the world and make a name for myself. Mavis's Mechanical Marvels. Remember the name, you'll hear it.
Of course I will. Wait, so you're an inventor?
Yes, I am. I've made this, and I've made these, and I made a lot of other things that are not here with me right now.
That one looks like a log.
But-
That one looks like a piece of wood that's fashioned
cannon.
into a little bit of a cannon.
These
No,
are
I've
gloves.
seen cannons. Those have a wick at the end, and they roll on 2 wheels. That's not a cannon, my good friend.
Is there a rock nearby?
Oh yeah, there's plenty of rocks on the ground, small, anywhere ranging
up,
from an inch
shove
to
it in.
4 inches.
I shoot it up at the portal. I cast catapult.
Okay. As you put it in there, it lands at the bottom of the cannon. You shove your gauntlet in there, and this thing launches. How far does it go?
300 feet.
300 feet.
let's go into the portal.
As the portal. No, I think that
Well, I'm
would.
sorry, 120 feet.
Oh, okay. Never mind. It won't reach it then. It would have actually at 300 feet.
God.
It launches up into the air. Before, did you launch it up in an angle or
Well, is it directly above us?
the
Like,
portal?
where we
No, it's a
just-
little bit off to the side.
So
like-
then, yeah, it's a bit of an angle.
Okay. It arcs over and lands somewhere outside of the camp walls. As you see,
See?
Tanston take his glasses off.
That doesn't work like any cannon I've ever seen. Very impressive.
You've
You know,
seen some
you
pretty
might want to take
shitty
things like...
cannons.
Well, no, I've seen cannons that have put holes in the sides of castles larger than you could imagine.
Where did you see these cannons?
Any army, check anywhere. They are normal, regular cannons that roll on wheels.
Is this not an army here? I thought this was the militia.
We-
Why is there not a cannon here?
We have no need for a cannon against a portal like this. This is...
Who knows? Maybe if you try shooting one into there, it would make a difference.
That's a good point. Perhaps I should recommend we bring a
Let's try
cannon.
this then.
You know,
This is why you need people like me around.
you're right. I'll do that. I'll be sure to talk with the commander. Oh, but Commander Aethys is so scary. I
Be
couldn't,
sure
I
to
couldn't talk.
mention it was an idea from Mavis Gem.
Mavis Gems, and he'll know your name, yes?
Yes.
Good, and
yes.
you're taking the fall in case it goes wrong.
Exactly.
Well-
It won't go wrong. It'll go perfect.
so gonna
So,
be wrong.
question. Where did you get the materials for these weapons you've crafted? I've been looking around so far, it's just rolling hills, trees, and boring shit. Where's the
Well-
good stuff?
Well, there is some occasional stuff that you can find in Calcheth proper. Other than that, I suppose special ores, or like you mentioned, could be found over in Gildeth. And then, of course, if you're looking for showing off your inventions, I would recommend you go to the inventory. It's a special convention that they hold every once in a while over in Sprocketon.
Sprocket, you keep mentioning that. Where is that located?
How have you not heard this thing? I still don't understand. It's a rock
A
gnome
small
town.
town is where I was born and where I have stayed until recently.
You're right, I'm
am
sorry,
now
I
here,
forgot.
And I want to see the world. And the world will see me and know me.
Sorry, Nick just died.
Well, Sprocketon is a town for inventors, like you and like me. A bunch of rock gnomes that come together to try and create the greatest inventions that have ever been made. And of course, they show these inventions off in the inventory, an event that's held twice a year over in Sprocketon. It's several hundred miles to the east.
To the east.
Oh, boy.
Perfect. Okay. Wait, when is this held?
Oh,
Is
by
it too
my
heavy,
calculations, you see him like open up a little device that has like some turning gears in it. About a month, if I'm not mistaken.
Perfect. All right. Well, Tansen, Tiddlywink, you've been very helpful.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, wait.
And you've had very unique wares.
You said that you would open your shop, right? Mavis's Marvelous Mechanics.
Yes. Mavis's mechanical marvels.
Mavis's
Remember it, you'll
Of
hear
course. There are 3 M's in there. It's very difficult to keep track of. However, perhaps you could
flows right off the tongue.
you could bring my inventions as well as a little bit of a Kickstarter, like this one.
As he points down at this like mug that he's been working on.
This is an invention of mine that incorporates bits of alchemy along with special
What the heck is the word I'm actually trying to look for?
tinkering.
Who cares?
Science.
You see, if you press this button,
As he points to a button that's like on the handle.
it will inject a small powder that gets rid of any alcoholic properties in a drink, therefore rendering it inert.
Why would you want to do that?
You could outdrink anybody in a drinking competition and they would never know.
Could you insert poison into said compartment?
That would be a terrible idea. If you forgot that you inserted poison, you could
I would never
kill
do that.
yourself.
This is an interesting idea. I
Well,
could insert sleeping powder, say, into it.
I suppose
is-
if you... Either way,
This is wonderful.
I would be willing to part with it for a very generous price of 120 gold.
100.
This is a
Ooh,
very
I'm
specially
in my bag,
crafted mechanical
feeling
device
around.
by Tanston Tiddlywink.
Would I have to say it's made by you? Do
Yes.
You require attribution?
Yes, you would.
Then I'm sorry, I cannot do this. I don't plagiarize work, and nor do I promote others. This is just strictly my own business.
Well, maybe this one.
As he goes and he grabs a shield off of the wall.
If any of them require attribution, I'm afraid I cannot display them at my shop.
Drat. Well, perhaps you want them for yourself anyway. I could use the extra money while I'm still trying to, invent other things. This one, should you allow the shield to be struck, the shield will unfortunately die. But in the process, whoever struck you will also most likely be flung back several feet.
Several feet.
Several
How
feet.
far are we talking?
Anywhere in the range of 10 to 12.
maybe 15 max. I'm not quite sure. I haven't tested it.
15? This is intriguing. How much for that?
Well, this one, seeing as it's a one-time use and the shield will unfortunately die when you use it, I could let it go for 100 gold.
Let's say you do 60 gold and 2 of these.
And I pull out my little clockwork toys that explode.
If you were to wind up this toy and set it on its merry way, after about 15 or so feet, it'll explode.
Ooh,
It's perfect.
explosions. Very
Yes,
interesting.
Yes, explosions.
You know what? For that price,
Make explode.
I will trade you
60 gold? Perfect. Okay.
60 gold
hand it
and
all
those
over.
2 little toys of yours. They're very impressive.
Well, thank you.
And I do recommend that you go to the inventory next month.
Shield.
I believe that it will be a great place to show off your wares.
Oh, I plan to. Thank you for all the information and for the shield.
Of course. Remember my name, Tanston Tiddlywink. You'll see it.
Tanston Tiddlywink. Remember my name, Mavis Gems.
Mavis-
Mavis Mechanical Marvel. Say it.
Mavis Shems, Mavis's marvelous. I'm sorry, Mavis's mechanically Mavis Mechanical Marvels. I think I got it.
Mavis's Mechanical Marvels.
That one.
You got it.
Yes, of
You'll
course.
remember it.
Of course. Very well.
Salutations.
Salutations. Yes. Well,
As he goes back to working on the mug. Is there anything else that anyone is doing at this point?
Where the hell did Mavis go?
I believe I
I'm
saw
walking
him-
back, looking at the shield, seeing how it's made.
This looks like a weird shield. It's like it's got the frame of a normal wooden shield with a large, like, protruding, almost looks like an airbag on the front of it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Airbag shield.
Yeah, airbag shields. The specifics of which I'll get to you
Got it.
later or when you decide to use it.
All right, perfect.
All right.
Okay. Are we ready to go?
Right, so we're
Actually,
heading
where
back
are
to
we
the
going?
Gildenwood then.
Yes,
And if so, how are
we
we
just
getting
keep
there?
At this point, you actually see Torin coming back with 4 horses. Well, these horses have been... We've cast a long strider spell on them. Should reduce your travel time by probably about an hour.
I'm looking at their feet.
As you look at their
See,
feet,
we-
you see horseshoes on it. The horseshoes look in pretty good condition. Kind of shiny, actually.
Special horseshoes, you say?
No, long strider. A magical spell.
That's a good name for a horseshoe. I
It
do
would
like
be a
it.
good name for a horseshoe if it were a horseshoe. This is a spell.
You're not making
You'll
any
have to forgive him. He's uneducated
Of course.
in the arcane.
What? Guard, that's what I do, is the arcane. I tinker, I craft, I make science. With brain power.
Brain power.
You're confusing me.
Of course. Either way, these... He reaches down and puts his hand on your shoulder, Mavis. These horses will go faster. That's all you need to
Perfect.
know.
I like that.
Well,
It's impressive horseshoe.
good luck.
Okay.
Be careful.
Right. So we'll reach the Gildenwood then by nightfall.
Well, probably by dusk. You might still have a few hours of light left. At this point, like, looking out... you guys arrived here at pretty good time. Like, it was about 8 in the morning when you left out, so it's afternoonish. It'd be pushing night. You might get a little last... well, actually, with these things traveling faster, you probably could get there by dusk.
Okay.
Nice.
Right.
Cool.
Especially knowing that you're trying to, like, make up time. I'll actually, if you guys want to make it there in good time, I'll have you make animal handling checks.
Right.
Okay.
Before we set off, how are we doing financially as a whole, as a group? You don't have to give me specifics, but
Oh, that's a good
Let me
question.
subtract my gold real quick that I forgot to do. I'm sitting at a pretty 85 gold. No, it's not great.
it's better than myself.
Oh, you're broke.
I've got about 34 silver to my name.
Oh,
I have some extra gold I can give you, Gar. Would you like?
No, I just, in case we needed supplies for this mission, this Barlgura sounds dangerous.
It does.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it
afford-
seems there's not really many good supplies around this area.
Right. could always stop back off in Baygrove and see if the keep there has anything for sale.
We should
Though
ask.
they probably wouldn't, as they are themselves fighting this force.
I walked around and looked at and inspected the army. They weren't very impressive, and they didn't really have anything that we might want ourselves.
Really,
It's
what did you see?
A lot of swords, a lot of daggers, a lot of bows that look like they maybe seen a few too many days of combat. Nothing impressive,
Right.
unfortunately.
We should ask Aethys if he needs some wares.
I'm not gonna buy that man anything.
Right, maybe Torin or this could spare something to
He
help
already gave us horses. Maybe he has more where that came from.
Right. Torin. Shout
which is
out
what?
to him as he's walking away.
Gar, yes.
Right. So where might we find some supplies for this task that we're being sent out on?
Well, we have
Any-
some supplies here that we've taken from the different barracks. We've set up a sort of temporary barracks here. What are you looking for specifically?
Potions of healing, or
That we can do.
rations.
I would speak with Commander Aethys. Like I said, I am from Harmony. They brought me in as a sort of consultant. I do not have the authority to give you these items.
Right. Where might we find him so we can quickly speak with him?
I believe he's right over there as you turn around and he's already approaching.
Oh, I'm blind. How convenient.
Well, any progress being made?
Right. We're going to set off to fight this Balgara, as it seems to be tied to the portal somehow and maybe feeding it energy. In doing so, we ask that maybe if you have any spare supplies, potions of healing, rations, anything of that nature.
We are in fact doing this to save the land. We would need anything that might help us.
Make a persuasion check with advantage because Mavis started helping there.
I mean, I'm not the
Our
best at
character, I did
persuasion,
quite a bit gold.
You got this shit, Gar?
but- I got that one.
Holy shit!
Oh my god! Holy crap! Oh damn!
If you could just give us all your stuff, like, right, we just need it all. Just give us all your things.
All the things, yes, of course. Why don't I just give you ownership of Calchet in the meantime?
Right, you know, you have a
I
key.
don't want it. It's not
We'll
impressive.
take a key.
If you want to take anything from the barracks, you can buy it as per normal.
Sure. Yeah, we weren't necessarily asking for handouts, but somewhere that we could, if we needed to.
Go over and speak with
Obtain
Tanston.
things.
Right now, he's sort of in charge of distribution around here.
Tanston.
I thought you were the captain.
I've assigned
Gar
him to
called you in
take
here.
care. Yes. You know what? Come with me. I want to. He starts wandering off to to one of the buildings. Comes out
What
with.
happened to me? I got tongue tied. I couldn't.
I just told him I wanted everything.
Pretty flustered, Gar.
About 45 seconds come by before he comes out holding 2 potions of healing in each hand. If I'm running these at the normal rate, be about 50 gold apiece.
Oh.
I've got 34 silver.
You're a little
About
bit off.
3.5
Here.
gold.
How many do we have as a group?
I have 2 on.
I have 1 after giving you 1,
Yeah.
and I have 1 potion of greater healing.
I have
Aaron?
Sure, I don't have.
0, but I do have a lot of gold actually. I have 318, so I could potentially buy
Gosh.
quite
I
a
mean,
few.
that's up to you if you want to spend your
Gold.
gold. And if you don't have any healing potions, maybe to have some at least for yourself, since the rest of us have some.
Yeah.
I could do that and buy a little extra. I'll buy. How many did you say? 50 gold a piece?
50 gold apiece, and he's holding 4 of them right now. If you like, for however many you wanted.
Yeah, I'll take all 4.
All 4. All right. Here you go, young miss.
Thank you.
Hands over. Hands
Okay.
over all 4 of them. Well, maybe Baldric did see something in all of you after all. I guess I'll know once you come back if that thing's been slain.
Right. Oh,
We'll
speaking
come
of
back with
slaying
its
it,
hide in hand.
right? Yeah. How we meant to show that we slain it? Bring its head back. Its
At this point,
I plan to bring its hide.
Torin chimes in, overhearing from the side.
I was gonna say.
Well, if it works properly, I assume I will no longer see the tether connecting to that region.
Very good.
Let's hope it
Alright.
works properly.
We hope as well.
What tether is this man speaking of?
Don't worry about it. Maybe it's.
I don't know what he ever speaks of. A lot of stuff in the sky, if you ask me.
There's a big one right there.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
He turns
So-
around.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh, Discord's
Josh?
freezing.
this went.
Alright,
yeah,
we're
Discord
good
went
now.
crazy.
Discord has been doing that lately. It's very strange.
Yeah. That's what I thought it was. That's what I thought it was earlier, and then I dropped off.
Yeah.
Well,
you're still really pixely, but you're in sync, so it's fine.
Mm.
Okay.
shall we ride then?
Yes, we shall.
I
Okay.
don't remember.
Uh,
Here, let me help you. Yep.
Thank you.
And with
For
that,
telling me
you
how to do that.
Must be eating well. You feel a bit heavier.
I have a really nice shield now.
Oh, it's the shield. What the hell is that? That's not a
It's
shield.
a coveted yes, it is. It's
This
an
is a
invention made
shield.
by a
That
fellow gnome.
Hoffman massive shield.
It is a shield. Do you want to try to strike it? See what happens?
Yes.
oh my god.
Let me get off the horse. I don't want to hurt
Does
the
it
horse.
look? Does it look sturdy? Does it look like if I hit it, it's gonna destroy it?
go ahead and make an intelligence check.
I'm not the smartest.
I mean, if you roll another nat 1,
Damn. All right. The construction looks like if you combined two elements together. It's very clearly a normal wooden shield with what looks like maybe a balloon or pillow. Not balloon in terms of like weakness, but like strange attachment to the front. It definitely looks like it wouldn't survive more than a single hit.
It's gonna explode if I hit it, isn't it?
I'll never find out.
Nope. I've
You said it
I've
wasn't a
come
shield,
close
so-
enough to your explosions. Nope.
So
Did you make
admitted
the
it's a
shield?
then? No, I
Did you make the blocking apparatus?
it's a shield, Gar. And no, I did not make it. It was made by a close friend of mine now that I just met. Tansen took
You're
the
using someone else's inventions.
No, I'm going to destroy this. I have to see how it works. He said it would be destroyed on use, and so there's going to be no evidence of it. But I figured I might as well see
so
how they
it's
do
not
it.
a good shield then.
It's a great shield. Do you want to see what it does when you hit it?
I'm sure I'll see soon enough.
Yes, you will.
As you guys saddle up and prepare for your journey south, we'll go ahead and take a bathroom break.
All right.
Roger, roger.
All right, we'll be
Oh
right
my
back,
God.
chat, in 5 or so minutes. Oh man.
Camera.
Welcome back.
Ew.
You and I have like identical timing.
I know, right?
Oh my gosh.
Honestly, that worked really well.
Yeah, it did.
Being able to watch the recap from there.
That's true. Oh
I
man.
liked it.
Same. So yeah, that Tanston Tiddlywink was the name that you heard me laughing at when you came down.
Oh, gotcha. That's perfect.
It's just so good.
Yeah, we need to get more money. I'm blowing through it quick. And this shield's gonna last one use.
Yeah.
But he's giving me an idea. He uses it to just project them backwards. Maybe it's like explosions.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, I never thought about that. That's gonna be interesting.
Yep.
Are you proficient in shields?
Yeah, I believe so.
Nice.
Double check. If not, I was gonna hand it to Gar.
Mm.
But
I feel like you were too.
yeah, I am.
Nice.
I have. Can I like? I can't post it in chat.
No, not yet.
Light armor, medium armor, and shields.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I should have ended it with the good old WoW line.
Be seeing you.
Yeah. He's proficient in crazy. You're not wrong, Hal.
That's just facts.
You're not wrong at all.
He has expertise in that, in fact.
Oh god.
So I was talking and just realized I had myself double muted.
Nice,
I had myself muted on the microphone and on my computer because, yeah,
Nice.
doing great things. It's fine.
Nice. Oh, that's awesome. You're also camera off.
Yes, you are correct. I'm just batting 1,000. Let's go. All right.
Hey, oh, you got
There
the
we
bear.
I got the bear. It's quite
You
tasty.
got that bear, mate.
I got the bear. Sounds like I'm saying bear now.
It
I got
does.
the bear.
Oh.
The scene that you painted. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Josh.
No, you're good. I wasn't gonna say anything.
The scene you were describing with Gar's dream
Mm-hmm.
is gonna be awesome to
No
depict.
reread
Yeah,
how.
that's gonna be really no reread. That's I'm excited for that one.
Just chilling in TJ's spot.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
And
hey,
Rachel
I'm
is
Nick.
Gar.
Yeah. Your best Gar voice, Rachel. I believe in you. Deep.
Hello.
There you go. Bang on.
I can't do
Is that
it.
you?
Uncanny, right? My
Nick,
God.
stop interrupting Rachel. Cold beer, hell yeah.
Cold beer. Oh,
Another day,
yeah.
another beer.
Another day.
Still gonna sponge it.
You guys silly?
You guys silly.
Oh man. It seems like your internet stabilized, so that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tweet.
Yeah.
You're
What's
good.
going on?
What's going on?
Welcome back.
Tweet. Hey, welcome back
Hello.
to
Woohoo! I need to give myself more drink.
Oh, yeah.
Should get it. I have coffee next to me for God knows what reason, so I guess
Oh my gosh, good idea.
You're drinking coffee?
Yeah, I got it like literally 4 hours ago, but then I got caught up editing that video and forgot to drink it, so I still have it.
Yeah.
But it's cold coffee. How dare you drink cold coffee?
That's
Well,
all I drink.
I mean, technically-
cold coffee
Never-
that was so iced coffee is not cold coffee. Cold coffee
Exactly.
is hot coffee that has turned cold and is now disgusting.
Definitely true.
So-
It's not disgusting. That's the overstatement right there. It's just.
How did you know? Is
okay?
it working,
It's
Hal?
Still special.
Is it working? That's all I really need to know. Because if it's working, then yeah, I definitely did. If it's not working, somebody else did that.
What's working?
Oh,
Gar is currently conflicted about Melora, since her defense for Sunset Valley. Oh, goddamn.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to adding more and more trivia to that section.
I love
Yeah.
that idea. I think that's super cool.
Yeah, it'll help.
Yeah, that
for
is really cool.
Just like random world facts too. So like, don't have to keep re-explaining, you know, the two different religions, for instance.
Check this
Right.
bad boy out.
Ooh,
It's a monster.
That's
That's
juicy. Nathan's layering now.
It's like the size of my head.
It's working. Then yes, I did it, Hal.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm Gar.
Heyo.
Hey, I'm Rachel.
You're right.
Ayo. Nick is Nathan.
Nick
Hey,
is Nick.
that's what I always call you, Nathan.
What'd you say to me?
apparently got the world's fastest haircut.
Yes, you're right.
Oh, that's great. And grew it back down. What can say? What can we say? TJ's a magical man. That's why he's playing a sorcerer.
No, a scientific man.
A scientist.
Man of science, as it were.
Welcome back, Nick.
I'm waiting for when Mavis is like, so how does your body glow? Oh my god, what is happening?
I was trying to choke Nick through the camera.
She was trying to get him, yeah. So, as you guys are getting ready to head out, getting on the different horses, a little bit of help from Gar, from Mavis. As you're passing, getting ready to exit, you see Gork turn around to you guys, and he says, "Who are you?" And he's like, "No, Gork, they're already in the encampment. You don't ask them that unless they're outside." It's like, "Oh, that's right.
You forgot me already, brother.
No, not you. Bye, Gork.
Bye, Gork.
As you guys leave.
I'm face palming on the horse like over and over.
I freaking love Gork.
I know. So you guys make your way south. If you're trying to make it in a reasonable time, go ahead and make animal handling checks.
Okay.
All right, I'm excited. I'm not excited anymore. This sucks.
Oh damn.
Oh, damn.
Man, all right.
For the most part, you guys actually make good time. Mavis, there are a few times where you fall behind. The horse kind of like rears up and starts going way off course. Goes into a soft gallop at one point, like completely off the path. Eventually, though, Zeos, actually with that really good animal handling check, comes by and helps you kind of get back on track, calms the horse a little bit. Takes you guys about 4 hours before you start to see Baygrove come back into view. The farmland that stretches out of the outer wall, and of course that inner palisade wall area with the keep rising just above it. Not very much, though. The keep is only about 30 feet, 40 feet tall, maybe. You make your way.
Is it like dusk? Is it still
Right
light out
about
by chance,
now?
or-
Let's see. It's like midsummer. You guys left out about 8, got there, talked for a little while. It's getting close to the sun is getting close to the horizon, but you still have sunlight for a little while.
Okay, perfect.
Right. Everybody, hold up a second. Would we want to stop in Baygrove and ask the guard where they last spotted it, so we at least knew a direction to head, or do we just want to travel in?
Wait, we're gonna go in at night?
That's
we
the
could.
plan, I think.
I mean, unless you wanted to go in the morning, it'd be easier to see during the day, especially since it's
It's hard to
shrouded in
see
shadow.
Well, I got my orb, so.
I
Good
don't
for
have
what?
True, you do have an
Forgot about that drift orb.
Mm.
Didn't we
Going over
pearl too?
that
Yeah,
is
I
Zeus
have
does
a
have a
pearl.
pearl. It's a pearl that's a little bit larger than a normal pearl, but Zeus hasn't spent any time with it yet to see anything. It just looks
Have
like
I not?
Right.
No.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Didn't you, or do you have it in your inventory already?
I have it in my inventory. It's just Pearl from Torque's office. So yeah, I guess I haven't.
So you did, if I remember correctly, you ascertained that it was magical in nature back then. You just never were able to take the time to have a short rest to identify it.
Okay, well, now that I know that, I will do that. I have a pearl.
All right.
Okay, are you taking a short rest in town now? Because that would probably push it to nightfall. If you guys want, you can stay the night in Baygrove.
Right. Are we
Leave out in
staying
the
the
morning,
night
or-
and go hunting in the morning, or
I'm ready to kill
Whoa.
it now, but
I'm
I'm
ready
excited.
as well. But
First,
Yeah.
let's talk to the guards and get some more information about it, because it might only be active at night. Because we heard it roaring when we went to sleep. Did we ever hear anything during the
I
day?
didn't hear it during the day at all.
You did the next day. After talking with
Sweet.
Elmas, it was probably about late afternoon when you guys heard it, because you were still several miles out from Baygrove at that point.
Okay. We should probably go also see if we can find Elmas and see if he has any information about finding or tracking him.
we asked him if he knew what that roar was, and he
Is-
said,
He is the guardian of the forest, though, and would probably be able to ascertain where any corruption would be.
He just said it's corrupted, and then he lost to some goblins. I don't know. He
After
wasn't
a
too friendly.
hard-fought battle with... I didn't
Yeah,
see
you
you
got
take
a
on
few
that
of
many
them, but-
goblins.
I
You
wonder
didn't
how.
see me in my prime. Because my prime is yet to come, Gar.
I'm just waiting for the day.
You'll know it when it comes.
I'm sure.
So you guys
We're not
are.
going home.
Let's ask the guards if they know which direction to hit it.
So,
Agreed.
as you make your way into the actual walled-in center from Baygrove, you notice there aren't any guards on the northern gate. It seems like they've focused their attention on the southern gate that is pointed towards the Geldenwood. You do see a couple guards, not very many. It's not like this is a guard town. Very occasionally walking through the main thoroughfare through this place. You flag one of them down, you said? Or someone specific?
Well, would probably head to the southern palisade
Okay.
to speak with any guards that are on that watching out.
Sure. All right, you guys make your way down, and you actually see Leonard standing there, currently talking with two archers, who was the captain that you guys met when you came in, who brought you to Baldric. As he sees each of you approaching on 4 horses, he turns, upgraded your traveling ability already. Very nice. Welcome back.
Right. Well, we've kind of been put in charge by Commander Aethys.
Aethys put you guys in charge. Oh,
Well, he
that
sent us
did.
back to take care of the large creature that's been assaulting the
Oh,
forest.
In charge of a very important mission. So
of
yes,
course. Well, how can we help? I mean, anything for Aethys and Kalcheth.
When was it last sighted?
Well, of course, the other night when you guys came out of the forest, we actually sent some people to kind of see if they could tell where it went after you guys came in, and I think that they said it was only a few miles out before it stopped somewhere, but they didn't want to push any closer. They're very
Which-
brave warriors, of course, but
Yes,
you
so
know,
brave. Very
wanted
brave.
to make sure that they could
Combination.
relay the information and come back alive. Yes.
Which direction? Obviously south, but southeastern.
Daryl, which way did you say the scouts came from? Yes, sir. As one of them like very quickly comes up. Scouts, of course. Southeast. I could guide you in if you want. I was with the party that went there. I
Did
wouldn't.
you see the beast?
Yeah, that's why we came back. I could lead you there, but I'm more of a, scout.
If you were to lead us, we could put in a good word for you with Commander Aethys.
You see Leonard kind of look over at you. You'd put in a good word for the fact that I helped you point in the right direction as
Right.
well, right?
Of course.
Very well. Daryl, show them exactly where they need to go. Aye, sir. Well,
If you would not mind.
no, it's no problem as long as I don't have to fight and just lead you to where it is.
Hmm.
Anything to
take
make you
mental
faster.
note
We're
of
great at
that.
daylight here.
You see Leonard. Of course he'll fight if you really need him to. You you see Daryl look at him kind of like, yeah,
Right.
for sure. Let's go.
How does Daryl look?
Daryl, he looks a bit lithe, a bit scrawny. He looks like he's in the guard mostly out of necessity, and this isn't what he really wants to do.
What's his weaponry?
He has a small crossbow with him, a light crossbow, and a couple, like a single short sword at his side.
No shield.
No shield.
Okay. Alright. I'm assuming.
Actually, Daryl,
Yeah.
do you have any spare crossbow bolts you'd be able to?
Sure. That means you could fight them really well. I have about 20 here, and you see Leonard. Not all of your crossbow bolts, Daryl.
No, not all of them. You'll need some, of course.
Oh, right. Yes, for scouting and whatnot.
Run into any wolves or anything on your way back after escorting us?
Right. Good point. Here, I have about 10 with me that you could probably take.
Sure.
Well,
Take 'em.
I'll go ahead and lead you. I think it was about, if we make haste, 45 minutes into the forest, and I'd like to be back for, well, to live and everything.
Then
Sure,
we
lead the
create
way.
haste we shall. Let's do it.
Oh,
I'm
Lead the
cool.
way, Daryl.
I'm going to. Oh, where's my spell book here? What does this do? What's his armor and stuff look like?
Looks like hide armor. Wait, is that?
Is it tattered or?
It looks in relatively good condition, actually. Looks like he hasn't seen battle. It looks not pristine in its condition, not battle worn though. It looks like it works perfectly fine.
Okay. I'm not gonna do anything.
All right.
Follow.
As he says, you might want to leave the horses here, though. I don't think they'll travel too well in the Geldenwood.
Oh yes, very well.
Make an acrobatics check, Mavis.
You could just ask, and I'd help you off the damn
No.
thing.
I want to be a peon.
You land fine. Same way as before. Just let yourself, some of the hairs like brush against your face as you slide off to the side of it. But other than that, you're totally fine.
So long, beast.
So long, there, beastie. All right. we gonna do this then?
Yeah, lead the way.
All right, follow me, Daryl, the expert scout on a mission. As he starts meandering towards, and you can see there are still trees collapsed inward from the Geldenwood, from where this thing was before. Some of it's being cleaned up in the process right now, but this thing actually left a bit of a trail in its wake that apparently these militia have followed. Where's the thing?
I'm gonna, as he's leading us, I'm gonna just like say a little prayer and start like the incantation for casting bless, but not finish it, and just be like, Melora's blessed you in this trip.
Okay.
Lord bless you.
Kind of give him a little courage, you know.
Make a. Let's see. Since you're using bless, and he would feel that. Make a persuasion check with advantage.
I'm not fully like I'm not casting this
Oh.
spell completely.
Okay. Oh, I
Like
see.
I'm gonna finish the incantation just short of casting it.
Okay, I got
That
you.
way he gets the sense of like.
Sure.
confidence.
Then make a persuasion check with that. Where the heck?
Why am I doing that? Why am I doing this?
Josh, I whispered you, but
Oh,
no
did you?
action on that. Yes.
Oh. Eight. All right. You see that as you just barely refrain from casting the spell officially, there's this slight bluish glow that kind of outlines him for a second, and he turns around. Yeah, I hope I got this. Thanks, big dragonborn man. As he continues on, it doesn't
He
seem
called
like
me ma'am?
I think you did. Gar.
large dragonborn man.
Man.
Oh,
I cannot
Right.
for the life
Well,
of
he's
me
not
find
even
this
a man.
music.
Dragonborn.
I'm a male.
There it is.
You're a male. You're not a man. I know my races. Men don't usually have that.
Mavis is all damn mod.
Freaking Mavis, man. I love him. Sandwich, but it didn't work. Ooh. Oh, wait. Why do I always look over and read chat at something with a sandwich?
That's so true. Me do a Shadowblade sandwich.
Yeah, Shadowblade sandwich.
I love this
Still one of my favorite clips.
so good.
So,
Oh, we got noises.
as you
Oh,
make
yeah.
your way through through the beginnings of this Geldenwood, the trail that can pretty obviously be followed falls away pretty quickly. The trees that are collapsed and parts of large branches that are snapped off slowly change to normal forest. It seems that once this thing made its getaway, it proceeded to not leave such a noticeable trail behind. And you can hear Daryl occasionally up front kind of muttering to himself, trying to keep himself going, encouraging himself, and travel for the better part of about 45 minutes.
It's getting dark, but it's not quite dark yet. The sun is setting, giving you a nice orange hue in the sky. You probably have another 30 minutes of daylight.
Wait, have we been traveling?
Only about 45 minutes.
Oh, which way?
Southeast, sorry.
Southeast.
Yeah, southeast. But even though you've only traveled for that long, you've actually made pretty good distance, seeing as this Daryl that's guiding you seems to be retracing his steps, so you're not really wandering. He seems like, even though he's scared of combat, he's a pretty good scout.
I have my miniature explosive device out the whole time, looking back and forth.
Sure.
Mavis.
I hate that I'm even going to ask this, but Mavis,
Yes, Scar.
is it at all possible for you to fashion some sort of eyewear that would help me see at night?
Say no more, Gar. I'll put it in my book right now.
You see me furiously scribbling down, and start sketching out a diagram already of what I wanted to be, a little blueprint.
Mavis, make a sleight of hand check.
All right.
Do I
That's
hear
15.
this? I assume I hear this conversation.
Oh yeah, you guys are all traveling together.
I'll say over the guard. Do you want me to bring up the drift orb?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
At the
Just let
moment,
me
we
know.
still have the element of surprise. But
It's a great idea. It'll probably sell like hotcakes too. Oh, this is wonderful. It won't explode though, but that's okay.
but I would prefer it didn't.
Perhaps I can make a different version that would though, in case you want to. It
Nope.
would shoot little miniature explosives out of it.
Oh, I was picturing your
later.
face exploding when you put it on.
That would be for my enemies, of which currently you are not.
Laren, this is why I didn't want to ask. This is why I hated that it.
Oh, it's perfect.
It was very brave of you to ask.
Brave or dumb, it's a thin line.
As you say that, you can hear Daryl call out, "You can say that again!" Whew, okay.
Right. How much further, Daryl? Should we start sneakily advancing?
It's just up ahead. I saw it. Oh.
You saw it just now.
Well,
Where?
not it. I saw that. And as you look ahead, the trees gradually begin fading from a vibrant green that they've been having this whole time to a more dead, completely leafless, at some points almost like rotted bark. The grass begins to get a little blackened in spots and completely gone in others where it's nothing but what appears like a weird, like blackened dirt, almost ash.
Right. Maybe we should sneak ahead.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah.
I did what I said I was gonna do. Can I go back?
Sure, here. And I hand him
You are
5
winning
silver.
the
5. Oh, I can actually get something for everyone tonight that'll be really a nice hot meal. Thanks, sir. What's your name, Dragonborn?
Gar. You can call me Gar.
Gar.
But if Gork asks, my name is Gork.
Earlier he
You
said
know-
it was
I
Gord,
don't
now it's
I don't know
Gard.
a Gork. Is that somebody under Leonard's command? I probably would know him if he was.
You know, under Aethys'
No.
command.
Aethys.
He's
Oh,
under Donovan's command, it looked like.
you know, Aethys is pretty scary. All of us here kind of really, we get the heebie-jeebies whenever his name's mentioned.
Intimidating. He
What
has
is
this
a
weird,
heebie-jeebie?
raspy voice thing. It's
Yeah,
like you should
right?
get some
What's with
hot
that? Okay.
Just,
I'm gonna head back. Thank you so much, Gar and Gnome and you.
Mavis.
Elves.
The name's Mavis.
Mavis.
Town.
Daryl,
Right.
thank you.
I'm Daryl.
maybe it's marvelous mechanics.
Mavis's marvelous
I
mechanics.
swear,
Okay.
I'm gonna have to blow all of you up. You won't remember it, will you? You just
Oh,
won't
is
remember
that
it.
not correct? I thought I was. I'm sorry. Mavis is mechanical marvels.
Very good, Gar. Okay, you live another day.
As Daryl begins running
Bad
off.
side if it's going to create something that could explode on my head.
As you guys proceed further in, pretty quickly the terrain almost completely loses any of its vibrance. Only a few trees having any bits of green left towards the tops and tips of the branches. Where is it? I think it's this one. Wait, did I not play that?
How long does this last? 10 minutes.
Oh, that was this one. So,
Indeed.
eventually coming to a point where who's leading right now?
I figure Laren would be.
I was gonna say, I suppose since we're stealthily going forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody go ahead
He's
and roll
also
stealth
the scout,
checks.
so. All
Stealth.
right.
Rounder.
I suck.
Oh no, Zale! Oh my god. Oh, that's so sad too. The first one was an 18. Okay. 1 second. I have to see this.
Listen, since I'm leading, would that cover them? Would they be okay?
How far ahead are you leading?
Just behind you.
Yeah.
being Extra loud.
What kind of distance is there?
That's a good question.
It's your call.
I guess I'd be a bit up there because I want to make sure, like, a few steps ahead, everything was good.
Okay. So like 10, 15 feet ahead?
10, probably.
Yeah, thereabouts.
Okay.
Right before she walked ahead, though, I would have cast the warding bond on her.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Roger that.
Let's see then. Something like
so you get
this.
the +1 to your AC and saving throws. I didn't realize it did that.
Oh, nice.
Forgot about that.
I don't have appropriate music for this. I just realized. I'm gonna have to expand my
Yeah.
musical back. I have a lot of scene music picked out, but not just general background music. Either way, so
I like
That's fine.
eventually, like I said, it becomes mostly dead until Laren, moving a bit ahead, you can see a clearing where there is a very clearly blackened portion of ground that's probably 100 feet in diameter, maybe a little bit more, with a large tree at the center of it that is mostly... It's dead insofar as there's no leaves on the ends, but there are vines that have crept up it in this weird... best way you can describe it is like a menacing manner. They're contorted and seem to have overgrown along the trunk of this tree. Can go ahead and do this.
Ooh,
Ooh,
we got a map.
I like it.
So, Laren, you're a little bit ahead.
So I assume this tree,
That tree, yes.
this.
That tree right there. Towards the top of the tree, actually, it is still relatively. Sorry, I had completely forgot where I was. This tree is actually not dead. It's still very much alive, and it's a big tree compared to everything else around. The trunk is probably easily 20 feet in diameter.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you see ahead of you.
So it's in a big spot of dead ground, but there's just one live tree in all that dead ground?
And looking at it, it almost seems like the center of this particularly concentrated dead ground is this tree.
Okay, I would kind of wave them forward then. That since it seems to be clear, do I need to do a perception check or?
What if you want to look for something? Yeah.
Yeah, just in the immediate surroundings to make sure everything looks okay.
Okay. Let's see. You actually hear the vines around. Like, there are certain places where, like, clusters of vine have grown up out of the ground, and you can hear them, like almost moving of their own accord. And thinking back, Torin did describe that the early stages of this would be warping the land, and almost some of the plants taking on a malicious property.
Didn't we experience that back at the tower in Sunset Valley? There were vines covering the front of it, and they tried to attack us.
So that was the first time around with you guys and Tyler. I changed that the second time around to just be the bugbears.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Okay, I'm like, I don't recall this.
Yeah.
My bad.
No,
No,
you're
you're
good. I
good.
thought it was
That's fine. History in another world.
What the
The
heck?
first lands. Now we're in the second lands.
Right.
exactly.
Why can I not stop? There we go.
Just anxiously blowing bubbles through my pipe because I'm nervous.
Sure. Also, this pipe that Gar has is a real pipe. It just blows bubbles. He does just take it out every once in a while, and it seems like whenever he takes it out is for contemplation, for thinking.
I like it.
Is that one of Zook's inventions? I've always been curious.
Nope, it's of my own accord.
You made this?
No, I don't know anything about tinkering.
I didn't think so.
It was a gift.
It was. From whom?
Someone in my past.
Very well. A gnome by chance?
Nope,
Ah,
not a
alright.
gnome. I'll
Alright,
I'll
what do you
have
see
to think
there?
about it and get back to you.
So, sorry, Laren, with that perception check, the other thing that you would notice is ahead in this tree, through...
There's a head in this tree?
No, sorry, ahead of you...
Tree tongue.
God dang it. Ahead of you in this tree, first of all, the vines that you see sprouting up are occasionally, like, there's one here, there's one here, one up here, and then you see smaller vines all throughout this darkened portion. But through little bits of cracks in this tree, you swear you see a purplish light emanating.
It's the upside down.
It's the upside down.
Um,
I never watched season 3.
Yeah.
Half
was-
the season.
It's alright.
it's pretty good. Not too
Yeah.
bad. Okay, I would invest. Can I investigate that?
See?
Do we all see that, or is that just Lauren right now?
If you guys want to make perception checks, you totally can. Because I assume everyone would be looking around.
If I can see anything.
Okay.
Probably not.
Yeah, how dark is
You
it
see
now?
everything,
I see
Vale.
everything.
Damn.
Nice.
So, let's see. How dark it is. You still have some sunlight. You probably have about 30 minutes of sunlight. All right. Yeah, you all notice the vines. Let's see. Yeah, you all notice the vines that are in clusters already around the outer portion of this darkened portion of land. And maybe not Mavis. You notice that there are some vines also in this darkened portion where it's almost become like a bit of a sludge. It's like, it is grass, but it's definitely squidgy.
Do they all see the purple thing I saw in the tree too, or?
Let's see.
I did.
Zeos definitely did. Gar,
Not me.
no, Gar, you actually are unable to see it right now from this distance. You are too focused on the vines in the ground, and they look a little bit alive. It's kind of spooky. Yeah.
Do you all see that?
Do I see anything else?
See what?
The vines, yes, I see the vines.
I see many vines and mud trees.
Those as well, but I'm talking about what appears to be
Purple?
inside the tree. Yes.
I assume it's Arcana. Can I tell if it's Arcana?
If what is? Oh, the purple glow? Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
What the fuck?
Damn.
Damn, you blow all
This
the net
purple
points?
glow
Early.
definitely seems to have a magical nature to it. Nothing comes to mind that would give a natural purple glow in the middle of a forest through tree bark.
That is intriguing.
Where's
I
my
wonder
not?
what
What is now?
I wonder what invention that might. Let's get closer.
Right.
One invention. God dang it.
Tread lightly.
That's
can
all
try
I
to
can
look
do. I
around.
weigh like 40 pounds.
So Mavis, as you approach
Are we
the
allowed
edge
to
of
just move
Yeah.
freely?
Yeah.
Okay.
As you approach the edge of this, the ground slowly becomes softer. Your feet kind of sinking in, probably a good 3 inches at points. There's vines now that you notice being this close that kind of like retreat underneath as you get close.
I take out my gun, my miniature explosive device, and just like 10 feet in front of me, right to like there. Are there any vines that I can see on the ground?
Yeah, they're all throughout this.
Right there, then.
Mhm.
I'm gonna just shoot the ground and see what happens.
Okay.
Voices.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
It's not too loud.
Oh, attack roll. Okay.
Okay.
15.
Yeah, damage. You marvised it.
That's the Marvis.
So as you take the gun out, pew, it makes an almost wimpy noise, but it hits its target.
Told you it wasn't loud.
You see bits of vine stop moving and kind of begin to disintegrate, kind of fall apart. But it's very localized. There doesn't appear to be any mass reaction or anything. And even when you stepped on it, it didn't... Nothing seemed like... Oh, yeah, that's what happens.
Intriguing.
Are there any rocks nearby
Mhm.
or anything like that?
Make an investigation check.
All right.
Is Mavis going any closer?
I am going to.
Oh yeah, you find a couple rocks of
Okay.
varying sizes.
I'm gonna stay like 15 feet behind Mavis as he goes towards the tree.
Okay, Mavis, as you step more in this, with this terrible sound as you're trudging through, it's not deep enough that you have to worry about sinking, but it does get difficult.
Gar, I don't think you want to step in this. You weigh a lot more than me, and I think you'd shift up to your chest.
Are we foregoing stealth at this point? You're being loud.
What was that?
I'm using. Was it you that rolled the nat one, Mavis, as well?
No, I didn't roll back.
Oh, it was Zeus and.
I rolled. Yeah.
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 I'm using you guys as stealth rolls there for this, so.
I rolled the nat one for stealth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now inspecting the tree.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, is that the tree?
Okay.
That's a tr-
I was at the other one. I totally thought that was the tree back there.
Wait, which one? This one?
Yeah, the one that you heard, like just a second ago. That was way back there.
Oh yeah.
Mavis, as you're looking through now, you can see parts where the bark kind of slightly splits, and where indeed there is a purplish light coming out. It's entirely possible that somebody put a purple lantern in there made of science.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Can I make out anything now that I'm up to it? I came all the way up.
Let's see. Yours was an Arcana check. I mean, pretty much the same as before. The closer you guys get to this, you swear you hear a subtle from inside
sound
the
like-
tree.
The hymn that we heard back underneath the tower, like the shield crystal.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Definitely.
Only in the fact that it's magical. It doesn't remind you of it specifically.
Okay. Does it look like there's a crystal in there or anything in there, or is it just a purple glow coming out?
Now that you're closer, make an investigation check.
Okay. Investigation.
Does the purplish glow look anything like the portal we see in the sky?
The color does bear similarity, yes. Zeus, looking inside, as you push your face up to the side of this bark to really get a good look, it looks like there's a small orb inside of this tree that you can just barely make out the aura of it, with this weird kind of wavy energy coming out of it that almost, it appears amorphous in its construction. It's not perfectly spherical. It's almost like pulsating
touch
and
it.
moving. You can't actually reach it. Your eyes can barely see through this, seeing into the center of this tree. And Zeus, thanks to your perception check from earlier, which I was using for this, as you're getting ready to look around on the at this more, you are the only one that hears a rustling of leaves all of a sudden,
Which direction?
directly above you.
Above me?
Oh.
As you look
I
up,
look up.
as you look up, you see the hulking figure of that same gorilla thing falling towards you currently. As
I'm
you
gonna
step just out of the
dash
way, you can only get about that
This is
far.
intriguing.
Mavis, can you move yourself back one
You
to the
just
left?
Pause the game.
Game.
Oh yeah.
No, you can't, Mavis.
Just want to hear it from you. As where'd it go? I found it. Where is it? Found you. Huh, can't hide from me. As this thing slams into the ground, little bits of weird. Is it playing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It delayed for me. Little bits of like vines being crushed underneath its feet, grass being flung to the side, and a little bit of like clumps of blackened grass being thrown aside, you see this hulking figure standing directly in front of you, Mavis, as it reaches, as it leans down towards you. I need everybody to roll initiative.
All right.
Right-click the thing to pop out the combat encounter.
Oh, Mavis,
Where's the ship again?
The second tab, right-click the fist to pop out the tracker, and then on the tracker you'll see the little dice symbol.
Oh, yeah,
there.
Holy crap! I rolled well.
Holy.
Damn.
Nice.
You rolled them out.
Getting banging.
Man, those are good initiative rolls.
Fucking 7.
It's so good. So as this thing slams down into the ground, you can unpause that now. Zeos, you have the first move.
Step back, step back, step back.
As you find yourself moving through this is actually difficult terrain with how deep this is, so you can only move at half speed.
Well, good thing I only moved 3 tiles, so that's 15 feet. That's all my distance.
Yep.
Then I am... What? I'm 25 feet away, so I'm going to cast... Hold on, I need to check my notes quick. Cold Fire Lightning. Okay. I'm going to cast Chaotic Orb.
Oh, yeah, you are. All
At a
right, make
level
that
2.
attack roll. Ooh, a level 2.
All right.
Getting it, y'all.
Attack normal.
Ooh.
Ooh.
As you... What element is it?
Whatever I want to pick. So not cold, not fire, not lightning. So I'm gonna start with acid.
Okay. I completely forgot one other thing that Torin definitely would have mentioned. He would have mentioned that those are ones that aren't particularly good, helpful to use, but definitely don't use poison.
Don't use poison?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just remembered.
Okay,
And he
'cause
would have
did
mentioned
not-
that with how good of a history roll he had at the time. He rolled a 20 on that history, so. So.
I almost picked that. I was like, acid or poison?
Oh, I think he might have done that during Sunset Valley, Nick.
Okay.
Yeah, good call though.
All one. All right.
So as you launch out this orb of, it's almost dripping, yeah, because he used chromatic orb a couple times. Like, it almost drips with this bit of acid that dissolves in the air as it travels through. You launch it through, and it scrapes against the side of this tree as the Barguro dodges out of the way, actually taking out like a small portion of this tree that you see starting to melt away. He doesn't appear to be locked onto you from that. He's locked onto Mavis right now. Do you have
Yeah,
anything
I'm
you
still
wanna
growling at him.
do? I'll teach you how to growl.
What a crappy roll, a 6.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate.
I used all my luck on everything above it, besides this
Yep.
cell.
Yep. Is that
Is that your turn, Zeos?
Yeah.
Okay. Brings
I
us.
I like to deselect my character, but if I start selecting something, I deselect.
So for some
So
reason,
that's
it did this to me too. Go to your settings and click on Configure Settings, and then the fifth option or sixth is left-click to release objects. I just updated Foundry, and it must have unchecked that when I did it.
it's
Okay.
It's the third option within core settings, or third.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for
Every
me it's
single
different.
time I come in here.
I got
So,
it. I got it.
Cool.
Well, I
Um,
just thought it was weird because like you can start selecting something else and it deselects.
Right.
So.
So Gar, you're up. Laren, you're on deck.
First thing I'm gonna do, because it looks like a big, strong boy.
Yeah, he do.
I'm gonna cast Bane.
Bane. All right. Saving throw
Charisma saving throw, DC 13.
fails with a 5.
So until the spell ends, so for 1 minute, or I lose concentration, as
Oh, opposite of
as
bless.
Yeah, it has to take a D4
Okay,
off
nice.
attack and saving throws.
Is that
Nice.
concentration?
All right.
It is.
Okay.
And then for my bonus action, I will use spiritual weapon. So I manifest that fishing spear. Not
Very
really
nice.
trident, Fishing spear.
I totally forgot. I need to get an actual spiritual weapon model. But for now, we'll say it's this.
I don't know why I found that so funny, but it's just a white cube.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's so holy. It's pure white.
Go ahead and make that attack roll. 23 hits.
Okay.
Also, when you guys mouse over him, do you see anything? Like,
It says he's uninjured.
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 so I'm trying out a module right now that gives you a health estimate.
I like it.
Oh.
It won't tell
That's
you.
That's good.
Oh, damn, Max
I did.
roll. You G.
All right.
All right. As you manifest this fishing hook, which coalesces in this burst of bluish-white energy, stabs directly into the side of this Bargura as it like tries to swipe at it, and just goes straight through as it pulls back away, and you see it kind of just go upright, ready for your next command. Are you moving at all?
Yeah, I'll move up next to it to kind of try to interpose myself so Mavis
Okay.
doesn't get hit.
Sure. That will bring us to Laren.
Okay. I'm going to go behind him.
Okay.
Senior,
Senior dude.
Use my rapier.
Of course.
Finesse weapon, by the way.
Ooh, yeah, 20 will hit. Go ahead and roll that damage. And roll that
Alright.
sneak attack.
It says not proficient on that for her.
Max damage. Nice.
Really?
Oh, wait. You're right,
Why would it say that?
Hold on. I need to check that.
And
Because you're
Nice damage,
definitely...
holy shit.
It's a martial weapon.
She is specifically proficient in rapiers, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it just
Okay.
wasn't marked as proficient in your inventory. So that should be fixed now.
Oh,
So then
Okay.
that just affects attack rolls, right?
Just attack rolls.
Okay.
Damn, that's some good damage.
Yeah.
20.
Holy shit, 23?
She picked it
Okay.
up.
Learn your genetics
Pooh
today,
Bear, what's
guys.
up? 23
We got rid of
damage.
that rogue curse, at least for a round.
Laren, are you doing anything with the bonus action? I'm assuming you're not moving.
no. Nope, I wouldn't be. I don't think I'd do any bonus action. I think that's it.
Okay. At the end of your turn, I need everybody to make dexterity or strength saving throws.
Oh, God.
Everybody?
Everybody.
Okay.
That's a 7.
Oh, that's my journal. That's not what I
Wait,
want.
at the end of our the like go around?
No, at the end of
Well,
Laren's turn, before
Okay,
the
so
next turn.
we
So
all
right
have to
now.
Oh no.
You all
Okay,
make-
so everybody,
Oh,
I'm right there with you.
Well, we all failed.
Oh my
except
God.
Zeo still has
How
to
do-
roll.
how do we do
Oh, so
this?
click on strength,
Uh,
and then it'll ask you if you want to make an
click on the
ability check.
negative 2 saving
Yeah.
throw. That says something.
Oh my god.
yeah. Let's
So-
go.
You all don't even have time to react to see this coming as you're focused on this Bargura. All of a sudden, vines creep up from beneath your feet and
Damn
wrap
it.
around you. You're currently considered grappled.
Gee.
So we're just food now. Oh no.
No, basically, grappled means you cannot move. I think your attacks have disadvantage.
I'm looking it up. I got you.
Thank you, BB. You can use an action to try and break the grapple, but that'll be your action. So, and at the as that finishes, moves on to the Bargura's turn.
He rolled better than a
Mavis.
7? What?
Now I'll
Oh, yeah,
reveal
man.
his initiative. He just barely rolled worse than Laren.
Oh
So
my god, 21-20.
I know, right?
Can't move.
David's all by himself down there.
Yeah, really all there is.
A wolf.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, are attack rolls at disadvantage with grapple?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Then
We're
Then-
just stuck in place.
that's really helpful for you guys. You're just rooted.
Okay.
The Bargura looks down at you, Mavis, and begins unleashing a flurry of attacks on you with both its fists and attempting to bite you.
Is
Oh,
your
dang.
Make sure you roll that D4 for those attacks.
Let's see. So it's for the attack roll and damage roll, or just
Attack rolls and saving throws.
okay? Damn. The first one's a 10.
Misses.
Next one's a 15.
Misses.
Shit.
Those are with the minus D4s.
The last one's a nat 1. So as he slams down with one fist, you just barely like move like 2 inches off to the side. This mass of vines moving with you as his fist slams into the ground. He attempts to slam the other way, and you just like sink down just a little bit as his fist goes over your head. As he attempts to bite you, and it just goes clean over your head. You feel bits of drool begin like dropping on the top of your head as he pulls back.
My mouth was open.
Looking pretty pissed, but not. Oh shit!
Did the vines get him? Did he have to make a saving throw? I'm kidding.
I forgot actually. He would have done this. It happened. All right, that'll bring us to Mavis's turn.
Okay. I say,
Frederick! Oh, get him!
and I reach into my bag, pull out Frederick, twist him, and I place him here. Oh, actually, I can place him.
Yes, you can.
That's right.
Go ahead and use the ability.
Active. Oh, whoops! I'm not selected on. So that, and then that. You. And then I need Force Ballista.
God, that description is so long.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it really is. Oh my god, why is it?
Gets placed on the ground, and
one
I
sec.
say, "Get him!" as I'm wiping the drool off my face. That would be.
Isn't
Now
there a
that
way to
one.
hide descriptions
go.
right at the start?
Yeah, that also got disabled. It's in the center column, the system settings.
Collapse. Okay.
6 damage.
24 definitely. Wait. Oh yeah. Okay. 24 will hit 6 points of force damage.
It would knock him back 5 feet, but he's up against stuff. So
Yeah. Because of that, I'll say you knock him into the tree, and little bits of leaves fall from above. But he quickly recovers.
I sort of stand like with my legs wide so that he shoots between my legs. And I'm standing
The
like this.
vines are currently coalesced underneath you as
Oh,
well,
okay. Never mind.
which
Never mind.
makes it real difficult if he were to do
I
that.
duck
Okay.
when Frederick fires.
Yeah. Okay. Brings us to
You're short enough, and this thing's tall enough that he can just shoot over you.
yeah. Brings us to Zeos' turn. Top of the round.
Sorry, I
Still
ended my
got
turn though.
You're good.
Sounding like
Zeos, you currently have vines wrapped around your body. Your arms are still available, although you would have to take your turn to attempt to move if you wanted, if you were trying to move. If you're standing still, you can use your
being
stuff.
that everyone's around them, I have no desire to try and move, so I'm just going to do the same thing over again. I'm going to cast Chaos Orb
All right.
as a level 2 again and hope I hit.
Alrighty.
Come on, baby.
15 just hits.
Oh, thank God.
Oh yeah.
Roll damage.
Roll that. Roll that damage. Wow.
Fuck me!
Oh my god, you Marvised
Oh
it!
my God.
3 nat ones, holy shit!
Oh my
And what
God.
element are you choosing? Still, acid? Alright. As it slams, like, almost into the lower jaw of this thing, which you see is protruding upward with 2 tusks that point up towards the sky. You heard kiss Chaos Orb? Yes, he does kiss the Chaos Orb once before sending it off. Slams him in his jaw. He becomes like... scraping some of it off. Didn't seem to particularly do as much as you were wanting, but it still hit him for what you expected.
Okay. Did it seem like it dealt decent damage compared to...
It seemed like it dealt what you were expecting.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm trying to see if that was effective. I guess my question, did it seem effective?
It seemed effective.
Okay.
Yep. Bring us to Gar. Laren, you're on deck.
All right.
I will do
3 nat ones.
I know. How the heck, man?
That's 5
Those are
today.
D8s.
That's true.
Oh, that's so sad.
Man.
Do I do it?
You do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm
Just what?
gonna cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay. You
First level. I know I'm right up against this, so it'll be a disadvantage.
Yep.
Um,
Go for it.
attack disadvantage 17.
17 hits.
For 14
Woo.
radiant damage, and the next attack on it has advantage.
Yep. So, even amidst these vines like coiled around your arms, you point your warhammer in the direction the charm from Allura lights up at the end, as suddenly coming out of the head of the warhammer, this bolt of divine energy slams right into the chest of this Bargura. It recoils as you begin to see a glow around it. It's emanating like a subtle glow right now, and you guys feel like you could hit it a little easier. Maybe.
Going off of that glow that is now surrounding it, I'm going to use my bonus action to hit it with my spiritual weapon.
Okay. It would have advantage, so...
Ooh. Consume spell slot. No. Yet. Attack at advantage. Oh, really? A
Damn.
5 and a 6? God bless America.
as this fishing pike, do we call it fishing hook?
It's just a fishing spear.
Fishing spear, that's what it was. As this fishing spear rears up and stabs into it, you can see it for the Bargura like pulls back at the last second to where it hits the skin but doesn't quite penetrate and just like pulls apart some of the fur on this thing, and bits of shadow begin to wisp off of the side of it.
Penetrate you.
Will that be your turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, do I have to use an action to try to break free of these vines, or is
You
it
do.
something like? Okay.
Yeah. Basically a grapple check. Anything else you want to do? Well, nothing else you can do.
That's all I can do.
Laren, your turn. You currently have vines surrounding you, although your rapier hand is still free.
That's what I was curious about. Am I close enough to still,
Yeah.
if I want to? Okay.
Yeah, you are.
Then I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I'll stab it.
15 hits.
15 just hits.
Okay.
12 piercing damage. As
And
you
that sneak attack.
jab, oh, that's right, your
Okay.
rapier.
So you also had advantage, so if 15 didn't
No.
hit.
The spiritual weapon consumed it. So,
Oh,
Oh, never mind.
yeah, it's only for the next attack made against it.
Roger.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Laren, as you jab out with your rapier, catching it in the side, it's weird. It jabs into the side of what would be like a furry creature, but you see like the light distort around your blade as shadow begins like pulsing out from where you jab. You quickly pull your rapier out as you see it recoil in pain, and its leg appears to be like flickering almost with this almost like unstable.
By the way, when you hover over it, it says
Yeah, he's currently looking pretty rough with how...
it's near death. So
At the end of your turn, Laren, I need all of you guys to make Constitution saving throws.
Oh.
Constitution.
Okay.
That's a bit better.
No, thank you.
Oh no! Nathan!
12. Not terrible, but
Oh, God.
That one.
These saving throws, though. I should have blessed everyone. Holy shit.
Yeah, for real. Laren, you're the only one that succeeded. Zeos, Gar, and Mavis. You all take 7 points of necrotic damage as you feel this dark necrotic energy emit from these vines that are currently constricting around you, pulse through your body. Your breath escapes you for a second as you recover. But
I need to make another Constitution saving throw.
oh,
Bane is dropped.
Bane is
Wait.
indeed dropped.
Oh, yeah.
so how did you describe it? It was
It was almost like these vines that are wrapped around you, like release necrotic energy that pulsed through your veins for a second. You felt the life force like leave you. Actually, Zeos, a little bit similarly to how you felt when you grasped that crystal shard that Nessa tried to get you to let go from.
Right.
As in pain, I'm just like, huh.
That's right. Bringing us to the Bargura's turn. Let me check
Will
something.
he miss all 3 attacks again?
Will he indeed?
Negative to his attacks.
Yeah, that's all he's gonna do. So, seeing that this thing is on the edge of death, Mavis, he is going to attempt to recklessly attack you 3 times.
Ah. Okay.
Which means he has advantage, right?
But all attacks against him have advantage. A 23.
Nope. Yep, that hits.
A 25. And a
Yep,
25.
Yep, that hits. I was gonna shield one, but they're all too high.
For a total of
50 damage.
16 points of bludgeoning damage as both fists come down one shoulder and then into the side of you, which knocks the breath out of you. You almost feel like a rib cracks. As from the recoiling, he bites down, doing an additional 15 points of piercing damage. As he catches on top of the 16. Those were just his fists. Catching the side of your thigh and almost like ripping. Oh, you're down.
I'm down.
Okay. As Mavis falls to the ground, as this thing rips a small bit of flesh off of his thigh.
I don't think I could.
And you can see him kind of like smile as he looks up at you, Gar. Brings us to the end of his turn. Mavis, I need you to make a death saving throw.
Alrighty, sir. Where is that located?
Nathan, do not die. You can't die.
Oh, it's gonna be
What's
easy.
gonna happen?
One failure. It automatically marks that for you, so you should be good.
Oh, wow, you're right.
As you go down, the vines retract from your body. Which you wouldn't notice, but you that are around him do. Brings us to Zeos. Speaking of, as this thing finishes that, it doesn't turn its attention away from Mavis.
Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing 3 times in a row.
Okay.
Chromatic orb at a 2nd level.
Why is it so fixed on me?
Okay, 2nd level chromatic orb, 15 just hits.
Nice.
Alright.
How do you want to do this,
that's
Zeos?
Hey.
With it currently hulking over Mavis's unconscious body, you see the vines retract as it lifts up its fist for another attack.
And I sit there and with like the acid form of Kame.
Yeah.
I fill up this acid ball or orb and just shoot it off at him.
Okay.
Hit him.
As you...
Acid hole through it.
Oh, I like it. As you let this acid build up further than you know you should, you let it build up even more for more power. Bits of acid begin to trickle off and hit the side of your palm where you can feel the flesh sizzling away, but you let it build as you launch it off. And just as this thing is getting ready to smash down on Mavis, it looks up as it doesn't even recoil from the attack. It goes straight through his chest and out the other side before dissipating into the beyond behind it. As I need you all to make perception checks, except for Mavis.
I was gonna say, did you just fall on my dead body and finish the job?
So it actually doesn't fall. Its body begins to dissolve into this weird, dark, shadowy mist. That Zeos and Laren, at first it looks like it just goes off into the forest. Gar, you catch at the last second that it actually goes into the tree.
Huh.
That's not good.
No.
However, with it currently dead and Mavis laying on the ground.
I quickly cast Spare the Dying.
Okay.
I
Alright.
take an action to get.
as if you don't even have to. You do that exactly. You start like trying to get these stupid vines off you. You don't realize that they actually recoil of their own accord at the same time that this thing died, but you got them off of you. It was all you for sure. Becomes stable. So Mavis, currently you're still unconscious, but you don't have to
Okay.
make death saves.
Oh, okay. So I don't get one. I take that.
Correct.
back.
You're currently still at 0 hit points, as Mavis is not
Right.
lifeless, but unconscious body is on the ground next to you guys.
Well, if he dies, he dies. I'm kidding. I'll
You'll never get your goggles.
I'll use cure wounds.
Okay.
Level 1.
All right.
Do you have a healing potion?
With that
I do, but I'll just cure him if he can use his own potions. He's stable for now, but
Okay.
I say to the guard, heal him with your science.
Mavis, as you begin to breathe normally again, you open your eyes. Currently, little bits of like sludge are like almost up to your neck in certain areas as you're on the ground with your 3 friends standing above you.
I'm here to escort you to the afterlife, friend.
He's
This is
kidding.
all
There's
gonna
no
be-
afterlife. Wait, I'm back. All right. Oh, was it heroic? Was it majestic?
No, it was gruesome.
There. Yeah,
You got punched in the face and into the ground, my
I know.
friend.
And in turn, none of you did. I was
don't
the one
know
who
if
took the
you'll
blows
walk
for you, and I
right.
would do it again. That's the story as it will be told. What did you say to me, Gar?
I don't know if you'll ever walk right again. It took a chunk out of your thigh.
Which,
Oh, guy, it
which
did.
now that you look, it doesn't go to the bone, but it looks kind of bad. Although
I pull out-
it's not currently bleeding, as Gar, when you released the cure wound spell into him, you did see a white bluish light emanate from there, patching up any immediate open wounds.
So it still looks gnarly.
It looks like
or is it-
like a bad scar right now.
Okay.
probably
I
have a
still
limp.
would do it.
No, screw that.
I pull out this little thing that looks like a wet ones pack, pull out a little tissue, and I just start wiping it on there. And I'm gonna cast my medicated wipes, which is actually cure
Your
wounds.
wounds, yeah. Go ahead and roll that. 12, nice.
Well,
It feels great. You used top quality aloe vera in these wipes, and you made sure it had some science mixed in.
The power of brain power and science. Ugh.
As you
I'll
pull
keep
it
you
away,
there.
and you see the scar generally become just normal skin. Not entirely. It still looks kind of scarred over. You can see where 3 marks, kind of probably a foot long, go across your left thigh.
Is his thigh even a foot in diameter?
Not like just the thigh. It like goes around from his stomach or his abdomen back to his back. Yeah.
Question. What does the forest around us look like?
The forest around you looks pretty much the same, mostly dead trees, although the vines don't appear to be doing anything now that this thing has been taken care of. But go ahead and make a perception check.
Right.
Look at the tree again. You want me to do another perception check?
Well, are you looking
Before
out
you-
into the forest for...
Oh, recently I was just checking to see, like, did anything change, and then I'm gonna go investigate the tree.
Gotcha. And then, Gar, what are you doing?
When it dissipated, the creature, its misty form went into the tree.
And I'll look back at him and mention, like, there is a purplish orb thing in there that I wanted to touch, but it's kind of out of arm's reach for
I
me.
knew they had a device.
Don't touch it, but
The hole that you're looking through is about an inch wide. That's why you can't reach it. You can't even fit your hand in it.
So the purple thing we saw was an actual orb in the tree, not a portal or anything.
That's
like
what
that,
that's what Zeus appears to be saying.
or-
I
Okay,
said it was an orb.
I won't.
gotcha.
Oh, I don't have that spell prepared. Never mind.
Okay.
Can I investigate to see if I see anything different since we've killed it?
Sure, go ahead and make a new investigation check.
Investigation.
All right, looking through the tree, it looks mostly the same, if not a little more active. Let's put it that way. However, through your vision on the other side of the tree, now looking through this, you do catch a set of what looks like overgrown vines, without like no tree bark, just overgrown vines.
Right. Before you touch it,
Typed what you were saying, which bugs me. I killed the tree. I'm like, that's not right. That's not what I did.
Zeus, before you decide to grab it,
I don't think I can. The hole's a little too small unless we go into this, break this tree open, which I don't really want to do. But
I think we should.
he said that you saw like an opening on the other side.
Mm-hmm. He did.
Okay. Sorry, I got too
Well, it
distracted with me
looks-
stepping out of the tree.
Yeah.
What did I say?
You saw what looked like a portion where there's no bark, no trunk, just like overgrown vines on the other side of the tree.
Okay, so I'll make my way over there as Gar is talking to me.
Yeah, I'll just lay a hand on you and say a little prayer and give you protection from evil,
Also, hi, Gar!
Okay,
just in case.
that gives me what again?
It just means that creatures that are evil they have a harder time affecting you.
Okay.
Yeah. On this side
once-
of the tree, Zeos, now you see it clearly, this bunch of overgrown vines on the side of the tree here that really stands out from the other vines that are just occasionally spread around.
Did they look more lively or anything? Or
They just look thicker, more densely packed.
I put my hands in to spread it open, and like the bee curtains, like
Yeah. Go ahead and make a strength check. Because these are thick and like heavy. Zeus, you put your hands getting ready to spread the vines apart here, and as you do, you realize at the last second that they're kind of slick. Your hands slip, and you just like face plant forward into this tree with the momentum that you were gonna use to open it. Pull away, and there's like slime on the side of your face that's down the side of your exposed skin because you don't wear a shirt.
I look back at Gar. I'm like,
No.
do you mind?
Right. Yeah, sure.
You got a little something on your. Never mind.
I'll grab hold and try to
Okay,
Pull-
sure. Go ahead
pull
and make a strength check.
strength check.
Mm-hmm. Athletics is fine.
Your call, boss.
Sure. As you step in front of him, your large clawed dragonborn hands take a hold of several vines at once and kind of rip them apart. They almost became like one solid vine here. However, you do see now an opening in the tree as a purplish
great.
orb is currently on the other side, emitting a strange sort of emanating light. You can see, like I said, it's amorphous in its features.
Is it similar to the crystal that we saw?
The color is similar, and the more you're thinking about it, everything you've encountered with the Abyss has this purplish color.
Right.
I think we should kill it.
I pull out my
I was
auto
about to
gun
say,
and
I'm like,
point
I
at it.
propose we destroy this.
Wait. Last time you did this, it almost killed me.
Mavis, you can
I
go
have
ahead and
no
blow
memory
this up with all stuff 20.
Didn't
30,
we
40?
break the crystal and it exploded and like
Yep, that was
almost
Mavis.
killed me and Nessa?
I have no memory of this.
Hold on.
I remember vividly.
I'm sure you do.
Before we destroy
Why?
it, can I touch it first?
No, don't. Why would you? It's evil. Look what it's doing to the surroundings.
Actually, I am curious what would happen.
You know what?
Science?
Sure. You are
Science.
your own boss. Touch it.
Do
it. Touch it.
I'd go look.
Okay.
Mavis gonna run it and touch it
I'm gonna run in and touch it.
Mavis.
before I even do it.
I
Oh
hand,
wait.
I hand you a stick. Why don't you use this? Touch it from afar.
Very good. This is somewhat organic. We'll see what happens.
As
I touch it
you
with the stick.
as you touch this orb, it almost appears to somewhat phase into the orb. Like this orb is mostly energy, not physical matter. As all of a sudden the stick begins to droop, as very rapidly the front portion of the stick, almost traveling to the back, it's like it rotted in your hand and begins to fall to the ground.
I don't want to be droopy like that.
Here you do. Just
That I
science.
No, actually, no. I think I'd rather see something explode now. It's been a little bit, so make way.
Well, it looked like it wasn't solid. What do you plan on? Can you even hit it?
I can hit anything, Gar. Make way.
All right. Let me just take about 70 steps back.
Way ahead of you.
All right. Mavis, as you take out...
I'm gonna go
What do you
behind this tree and peek.
Laren, step back.
Yeah, I just realized.
Go ahead, Mavis.
All right. Ready,
Mavis?
everyone?
I put my gun away. I pull out my bomb. And then I pull my gun back out, and I shoot the wick so it starts to get lit, and I chuck it in there, and I run away.
Go ahead and roll damage. This thing can't make a saving throw, so...
I run behind this tree and peek. So,
Okay.
hiya. Hiya. Boom. Alright, damage it is.
3.
You guys. You guys.
I
I've upgraded from a Marvis.
Yeah.
This is a Marvis Mark II, baby!
Poor freaking Mavis, man. Mavis, as you throw this bomb out, it rolls in there. It blasts. And then you didn't realize with the construction, it blasts out in almost like a tube manner, horizontally. It hits this thing, but mostly does damage to the bark. But you see the portal take a good amount of damage as it seems...
Mouse dropping.
I pull out my gun and I shoot it.
Go ahead and make an attack roll. It doesn't matter your damage. It had 1 HP.
Don't believe it.
And as you finish it off, shooting it with this makeshift pistol, your miniature explosive device, the firebolt sinks into the center of this thing as the orb dissipates. And now all of you see suddenly... Actually, no, make perception checks. Everyone.
Perception. That's a
Yeah, all of you see a string of this blackish purple energy that begins at where the orb was, travels up through the sky and arcs super far off in the distance towards where the portal is. And you see this has to be the tether that Torin was talking about as it materializes and then fades.
We found the tether. We broke it. We're saviors yet again. Heroes.
Job
as
well
someone
done.
said.
I go back to it and I collect any shards and stuff that I can find.
So this thing actually was not crystalline in material. It was entirely like a mote of energy. As it dissipated, bits of it like were manifested in the air, coalesced in the air for a second before fading out of existence.
Okay.
But Zeus, as you do approach, you hear as you look to the side and see where Mavis's bomb weakened the base of this tree as it falls to the west. Mavis, is your turret actually there? As it falls, I'm gonna need you to make an initiative roll for Frederick.
Oh no! Wait, how would I?
Just roll a d20 and add his dex. If he doesn't have any, no, he
That's
doesn't
a
have dex,
0.
so it's just a d20.
So
Frederick's gone.
Frederick, as he's looking at out towards the forest, he turns back to you.
Come here. No.
You go left or right to dodge the tree, but it's running towards the trunk because it just gets slobbered down.
You go over, and Frederick's a magical construct, even if you don't believe it. He's still intact, but it's as though he was killed by someone. So you could,
pulling him out.
could remake him.
and I'm duct taping him up.
can-
On every corner.
You have
take a little while.
you have this tiny. It fits in the palm of your hand, actually. This tiny turret. It's the head of the turret is like bent in one direction and like just hanging on by a thread in another direction. The legs all are wrapped together now.
My duct tape has healing properties to this man.
Well,
Oh, you're using
while
Mending?
he's spending all that time doing that, I'll begin casting Prayer of Healing.
Okay.
Takes 10 minutes.
All right. You guys spend the next. Just go ahead.
I was gonna ask, does it affect Frederick at all? if I chose to.
I'm pretty sure it says the only thing that can heal them is the mending spell, the mending
Okay.
cantrip. Sorry,
Mhm.
which I am using on him.
Really need to use the restroom, so
Okay.
be right back.
Certainly.
We all regain 11 HP.
Mending. How much HP does he restore from mending?
It's a 1 foot cube, I believe.
That is a good question.
Because
Let
I
me-
think
let
it
me
has it
use
in
the
there.
spell again.
Yeah.
Nathan, do you have any
Yeah.
potions yourself of healing?
I do, but I have no need to use them right now. Why am I? Oh, it has no more uses. 1 second.
Yeah, just click on
need
the
to-
thing itself, because
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
looking at
it's-
it. 2d6.
2d6 hit points. Yeah. Okay. So, roll 2d6. 8.
All right. As is that a concentration for that cannon?
I don't think so.
I don't think it is. Eldritch cannon.
No,
it's not.
It's a feature.
Yeah.
It's not even a spell.
Right. Okay. So all of a sudden, as you're using this duct tape on it, you guys see he is indeed using duct tape, but it does begin to glow. This is magical in nature, although it's definitely just science.
Scientific, baby.
As the duct tape begins to fall off and dissipate, you see Frederick.
Ah, my brain power and science, you're back to me. Ah, I missed you. Now we gotta work on your timing, cause you could have shot him when he was about to bear down on me, and you didn't do anything. But I forgive you, cause well, you got crushed by a tree, and I missed you. All right, go back.
I put it back.
After 10 minutes pass, Gar, you go ahead and finish casting Prayer of Healing, which you all regain 11 hit points. As Gar, you open your eyes at the end of the spell, and the charm begins to glow as a wave that it's not just like a pulse, it's almost like an actual wave emanates out from your warhammer. And you all feel a little bit healthier. Nothing else appears to be in this immediate vicinity. Even the forest itself seems a little less it definitely still seems dead. Like this will take a little while to wear off, but it seems better. Like it's not getting worse now.
Well, that was exciting.
That was
Quite.
the thing.
Where is it you got your warhammer from, Gar?
I had it crafted from the smithy back in Sunset Valley.
The smithy. Did he? I know that he had a good connection with Zook. Did Zook have anything to do with it by chance?
Nope.
But it glows. Interesting smithy. Okay.
The charm does. My charm to Melora.
And as you see the charm,
Your charm
Mavis,
to my
it
lord.
looks like a small, almost like a block, but with the symbol from Melora on it, which is a circular pattern with almost a wave crashing in on itself on the inside.
You mean that dirty trinket?
Hello.
I'm not a fool, Gar. That makes no sense.
You could have
Joel, you
fooled me.
madman, thank you for the 28 months, my
I know I
guy.
can fool you. You're very gullible. But this is not one of the times I'm fooling you. That's a worthless trinket. There's no way it's doing that.
You calling my what the
I
hell
didn't
is
say it
called?
was invaluable.
Warhammer?
No,
It has no value.
the actual.
Oh,
focus
your
itself.
your holy symbol.
He's calling my holy symbol a worthless trinket.
Oh, I'm sure it has value to you. But of use, it is not.
Note to self: never heal. You know that without this worthless trinket, I wouldn't have been able to bring you back from unconsciousness.
And how would it have even done that? It's a trinket. And unless it has
Old
any science
divine
up in
power.
Mavis,
that word again.
science cannot describe everything in this world.
It's true.
Those things that can't be defined by science yet will be in the future. That is the beauty of science.
Very well.
So even if it is that trinket, I'm sure you just don't have the brain power to be able to decipher how it's doing what it does. But there's a tell.
You know what?
I'm
I'll
very-
let you study it, and you tell me.
Oh, very well.
Sure.
I like
you
this
want
idea.
to do that? He might break it.
Right now?
Question.
Sure. Can you even hold the word?
Body
We'll take
It's
that
as
hammer.
tall as you. I'll take the trinket off and hand it to him. The holy symbol.
What did you say, Zeos?
Did we see the body disappear?
You did.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yep.
Because I was going to go back and investigate the body, but if it just disappeared into...
Mavis didn't.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yep.
All right.
I'm inspecting.
Sure. Make an investigation check.
All right.
So Mavis, as you're inspecting this, what looks like a small block with I mean, granted, it's a nicely covered, not covered, carved, thank you, symbol into this thing. Looking it over, eventually you think you see a spot on the back where maybe it could open up and have a battery or something inside, perhaps a little bit of electricity. You try to move it, it won't budge though.
I think I've found its secrets.
And then
I might need to break it open though, if you don't mind.
Sure.
as you begin like fiddling with it and really trying to reef on it, you see the holy symbol begin to glow. And Mavis, as you turn it over, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, baby!
It begins to glow with this bright light, and just as this light begins to really, like, max out in intensity, you close your eyes and you drop it to the ground, feeling like you closed your eyes just in time, otherwise you might have been blinded. It falls to the ground as this glow slowly...
Someone installed the security system within it to not be tampered with, so
Well,
I'll
maybe
figure out a way to
Laura's
disable that.
just looking out for me.
If she was doing that, she would have maybe just smote that thing out of existence, huh? Why she gotta
did
do it
through
with little
me.
trinkets like this? You didn't deal the final blow.
No.
Did you deal the final blow? I didn't think so.
She aided in the smoting of the creature through me.
So you're saying that you swinging the hammer was actually Melora telling you to swing the hammer?
She was guiding me, yes.
Whatever floats your boat, Gar. But I'd rather take the credit myself.
You know what floats
right.
boats?
No.
Science. That is science.
Well, yes, it is. But you do know what some science is, just not all. There's maybe hope for you yet, Gar.
Oh. Keeping the
Here
trinket.
it is.
I reattach it to the hammer. Is it like bent or anything from?
It's actually in really good condition.
I was about to pull out the rock camera and start going on him, but it tried to blind me.
As you begin traveling back, unless there's anything else anyone wants to do,
No, that's it.
begin traveling back towards Bay Grove.
Do we head back to Bay Grove or do we go see Elvis?
I'm tempted to go see Elvis.
I protest.
You gotta go see that spire.
We should maybe go speak with Elvis and inform him of what's happened if he doesn't already know.
How to summon him?
Elvis,
Elvis!
are you with
Oh,
us?
Same idea.
Your voice kind of... It doesn't even echo. There's nothing for it to bounce off of here. It just fades into the night sky, which it is now approaching nighttime with the sun setting below the horizon, a now pink glow in the sky.
Maybe that drift globe now, Zeus.
I'll activate it.
Sure.
Thank you.
I think...
You want me
Well.
to just click it from my inventory?
No, you're good. I want to say that I have it here. As... Yes, I do.
So I guess that's going to change the perspective, like, what he can see versus what I can see, because I can see, like, every...
Yeah, well, right now, it's still... Well, let me see, actually. I'm kind of curious. This won't make a difference in the long run since you guys are just about off this scene. But, if I turn this off... Gar, can you only see now what the drift globe is providing light for?
Mhm.
I can only see what the drift globe is providing for, too. I don't... Oh, wait, no, I do see me.
I was going to
But my
say, I think...
vision seems kind of short,
Oh, yeah, it is. It's supposed to be 60, not 30.
so...
I'll
why I
fix
didn't
that for all of
think
you. Oh wait, I fixed it for Laren. I just need to fix it for you guys.
Oh, I have vision as well. Do I have a light around me? What's going
Oh,
on?
let me see here. I
Got
want to
30
say.
feet of
I can't
dark vision.
control the drift orb, by the way.
Oh, you can't?
No, I can't select it.
Here,
I know
let
it's on
me see. I want to say that I can just do this. Yeah, okay, I didn't give you permissions. There you go. Now you should be able to.
Why didn't it just move my screen?
Selected it.
So, with night beginning to set on the Geldenwood, you guys deciding to go to Elmis or back to Baygrove?
I say
I'm
we
a
go
big
to Elvis.
I'd like to speak to Elmis. What say you, Laren?
My vision's still not 60.
Yeah, I
see.
got you.
Okay. I'm just throwing myself over there so I can tell. Yeah, there we go. Now the drift orb doesn't matter.
He could offer us some more information now that that being is gone. And I'm sure that if he doesn't already know, he would like to.
Okay, let's go to Elmis. If he has nothing new to add to us, I'm gonna say I told you so.
If anything else, we could at least stop there to drink that refreshing water.
That
It
is-
was very good.
Even you
I
remember
didn't get
Mavis.
to try it.
Oh no, you didn't try it.
I think
would-
only Gar and I drank it.
Yeah.
Most delicious water I've ever had. And I come
That's
from a
okay.
far off land.
That is a tall tale. I still want to know about this far-off land. What sort of inventions were there? What sort of ores? What sort of mud?
We invented the airship.
What is an airship?
That's true enough. Other airships.
Because I had no idea.
You don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I whispered to Mavis, I'm like, Mavis, how big do you think this world is?
Oh, I'm sure it's at least 15 times the size of Sunset Valley, and that's what's exciting.
We traveled 15 times the size of Sunset Valley in a day.
Exactly, at least 15 times. There could be so much more. We don't know. I'm sure no one knows for sure.
We've barely traveled across the continent here.
Okay, how do you know? Where are you from, Zeus?
Nowhere in particular.
That sounds like somewhere in particular to me. Where is it? I need to know.
North.
North. That doesn't help me. Not much. There's a lot north, I'm gonna be honest.
There is. A lot for you to explore, but you probably want to go west.
No, I think I want to go east. I heard of a town, Sprocketon.
East,
sounds
sorry.
like-
I'm getting confused because of Josh.
Yeah.
East. I was getting my east and west confused.
Yes, it seems my kin has all flocked there, and I think I need to pay them a visit as well. Did you know of Sprocketon?
I'm from.
Do I know
here.
I've probably heard of it, but I doubt I know much of it. I don't even know where. I imagine it's by Gildith.
Sprocketon, yes. It is somewhere in the region of Gildith.
Okay.
In a region of mountainous
world's big.
rocky area that... Oh, yeah. No, it's a big world. That I have not named yet. Yeah, that's as the crow flies.
I'll just say, I was like, I've heard of Sprocketon. Because I probably have.
You probably have.
I imagine so. What were you saying? I completely forgot.
Have you been to Sprocketon before?
No.
Oh.
I've never been
Well,
this.
we'll go there eventually. I hear that there's a convention there twice a year. One coming up in a month. In a month's time, and I had to see it. It's called the Inventory. All the best inventions get debuted there.
Oh no! You're telling me there's
Oh,
a
yes.
gathering of Mavises?
Well, I'm sure they're probably all not named Mavis, actually, Guard. We do have different names. Like Zook. You met Zook.
Melora, take me now.
She's not doing anything. Big surprise.
Oh, never again. Never.
Oh, he's an asshole.
Are candy stores a thing?
Oh, candy stores? Yeah, totally. You'd
Okay,
find many
I'll say
assortments.
that. I'll say to Mavis, I'm like, when you go to Sprockton, you'll be like a kid in a candy store.
I'm sure I will. Except I won't eat any of the inventions. There's a vast difference between these.
I mean,
unless any of the inventions are
Being
food.
it's supposed to be eaten. You
That's
might
true.
eat them. You never know.
The possibilities are endless. I'm so excited.
Well, you'll get there in a year.
In a month, that's when I plan to be there. The inventory is happening.
I don't think you'll make it to that one. Maybe the next one.
I like to defy expectations around every corner.
I'd be amazed if you got there from here in a month.
Prepare to be amazed, Zeus.
So, as you guys... let's see, you have no frame of reference from where you are right now for how to find Elmas. So, without going back to the...
West?
He would be somewhere to the west, southwest. Depending on...
a few hours travel, too, because we had to travel a couple hours to get to Baker.
You
Yeah.
did, yes. At least to where you
Maybe
know
we
is later.
Don't.
Yes, I appreciate it, Gar. Now let's do it.
At least not tonight, unless we were to stay the evening and travel.
I think
I
it's
mean,
more important to let those.
I was gonna say, if we find Elmas, we could probably rest at his place. It seemed very nice there.
But if we go back to the army and let them know, hey, everything's good, everything's safe, and after coming out of fresh battle, they'll see it's very true. Oh, I didn't get to skin the bulwark, or whatever the hell the thing's name was. Oh no! How will we prove it?
It dissipated into smoke, and
Oh,
then
did you really?
The tether's broken. Torn will know that we've done it.
That's true.
And we
I
also
say
know
we get our...
the beast was not the source.
Correct. It was that purple orb. Everything seems to be purple.
I'm wearing purple clothes.
My vote is still back to the army, back to Bay Grove. Gar, have you changed your mind?
I don't know. No, I think informing Elmas is the right call.
Okay.
Yeah,
And another night on the grass.
he can I'll give you a ride.
No, I can walk. My
I
leg's
wasn't
perfectly
gonna let
fine
you
now.
on anyways. I was just pretending.
I wouldn't be foolish enough to fall for that again.
What was the name of the giant? Grout?
Gork.
Gork.
Gork. I wonder if Gork would have fallen for you.
So as you guys make your way in the general direction, this will be a skill check for whoever you want to lead the party. If you don't meet the DC, you won't be able to find your way to him.
I'll help. I'll try to help her just because I'm used to navigating. Even though it was on seas, like I still.
Were you the navigator?
Technically,
I think somebody else was the navigator.
No. I was a fisherman. There was no. It does. Oh, right, Nephier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd still say you can assist her though.
I'll try to assist you.
All right,
All right.
Laren, make a survival check with advantage.
Survival with advantage. Roger that.
Whew. And with that, almost
Gork?
with the
You said?
portals. Gork?
Yeah, Gork.
Yeah. Gork
Sorry.
and Donovan. Using the portal as a reference, almost like with this supernatural ability to know exactly where you are in the Geldenwood. You are a scout. You learned a lot from Markon, who really kind of excelled your abilities as a scout. You actually managed to not only find the right path, but find it quicker than you expected to. You never took a wrong turn. It was almost like you were being pulled there. Intentionally. It only takes you a couple hours. It is the wee hours of the night. Although the forest does seem a little less ominous than before. No massive roar off in the distance like it was when you were here last time. Eventually you find your way to where a path begins to emerge, and you recognize it as the path that you took to Baygrove. Following it back, you eventually find the camp with the goblins and hobgoblins, and then from there take another hour or so to make it to Elmis. Now, it being the late hours of the night, probably about 10 p.m. or so. But you do make your way there, as you can almost feel the air begin to become cleaner, crisper. There's a certain skip in your step as things begin to become lighter, more just like evil hasn't touched this place. As you round the corner at the end of this path where you did before, you see again this hill with a few trees on it, and currently Elmis doesn't appear to be on the hill where he was before. Make a perception check. Whoever wants to. Y'all are looking.
He
so.
descends down upon us just like the Balrog.
Roll initiative.
What was the thing called? Not Balrog. What am I?
The Bargura.
Bargura.
Balgur. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bargura.
Barrel?
Gar, you looking ahead at the trees here, you see just the faintest little bit of magical energy flutter off of one of the trees as this greenish, small humanoid figure darts behind one of the trees. As off to your right from between two other trees, you see approaching, now fully stood up, Elmis, the unicorn with this beautiful, pure white fur, a golden mane traveling down his back, and a golden horn protruding from his forehead. As you hear all of you hear in your heads, "You have returned, and I see you were successful. I can feel it already. I can feel it in the Geldenwood.
Yes, where?
The corruption that was here before is no more."
Well, it's still corrupted, but I think it's on the mend.
Indeed it is. I have already made sure that others of my kind ensure that this does not get re-inhabited.
Other special horse unicorns.
As he kind of points off with his snout, and you see a couple, like, pixies, these small fairies off to the side. As you look over in their direction, they both hide behind some trees. They are shy, but they mean well.
Let's get it.
I thank you, adventurers. You have done a great deed for this forest, and for Melora and Sahini. As he approaches a little closer, do you intend to rest here for the evening?
Yes, we just wanted to make sure that you knew that the forest is safe again. I do think we'd like to rest here before making our way to Baygrove.
I am quite grateful. You may rest. Your wounds will heal much better in my lair. In the morning,
Hey,
you may set out.
where is this lair you speak of?
You are standing in it. As he now walks up onto the hill that he was at first, and begins to sit down.
I'm gonna go get some fresh water, and then I'm gonna ask Elmis a question,
Okay.
but speaking in a different language.
What are you speaking in?
I'm gonna whisper you what I'm
Does it
speaking.
happen to be gnomish?
How did you
No,
know?
Maybe
it doesn't.
halfling? That's all I know.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask him if he speaks that, assuming he does.
As
I guess let me first say, do you understand me?
okay, that's what you say. As you guys hear Zeos begin to speak in this melodic, almost this bright language that none of you have probably heard before. But if any of you want to, the exception of Mavis, because I just don't think you would have heard it.
No, it makes sense. I know what it is.
Go ahead and make history checks.
Alright.
It almost is like his voice takes on a musical quality.
Oh wow, Larry knows.
Laren, though you've... Oh my god,
Oh,
okay. Laren and Gar.
All that money is on ability checks.
Okay.
I'm trying the water, by the way.
Okay. Laren and Gar, though you've never heard it spoken, you have heard that Celestial, the language of Celestials, takes on this melodic, almost inviting tone to it. It's like as he speaks, you swear you hear accompanying notes.
Would
that
I have
speak
not
with
heard
him.
it in the temple during my training at all, or?
Actually, you might have heard. I don't know if Giovanni spoke Celestial. No, he did. He did. He taught it to Nessa. You would have heard Giovanni speak it very rarely, but maybe a couple times. Laren, you still would have heard of Celestial and these different things associated with it. It's a very beautiful language to hear spoken aloud. As Mavis, you reach down, and are you gathering it in anything, or just like...
I'm trying it first. I'm sampling that shit.
Yeah, how?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to get a good slurp of this thing.
Oh, yeah, okay. Make a straight Constitution check. Not a save.
I just start drowning.
Oh yeah,
Hey.
It's almost like there's a small vortex of water where your lips meet the small, shallow stream.
Oh my god.
As you begin drinking this water, dear God, is it clean? It is crisp. It is cool.
That's good.
It is so refreshing.
Reminds me of a woman I used to work on the docks with.
Zeos, as
You were lying, Gar.
as you finish asking him this, you see the unicorn kind of cock its head at you as it responds in your head in Celestial. I do. I see you speak the holy tongue.
I'll reply back with, I was wondering if you knew much for what we call what do we call it? The second land?
The first age?
The first age, yeah, that's what I'm asking. Before the second age, do you know much about the first age?
The first age? I'm afraid I have not been around that long. I know of what you speak, but not specifics.
Do you know who I might be able to contact or ask to learn more?
I suppose, should you find a deity that is willing to listen, they would know more. But this is, of course, very difficult. Other than that,
And you can see him kind of get back up off of his sitting position and take a couple steps towards you.
stay on your path. The dedication that you have will surely reveal answers.
And I look over at Gar, I'm like, Valora. God damn it.
Round two.
I thank him. Then I look over at
Bobbing
Mavis,
for
like,
apples.
As you guys begin to rest, and you can even actually wash off some of your equipment from the areas where you took damage, you begin to lay in the grass, and the grass here is even softer than you expected. There's no like twigs or underlying rocks or anything that you set on. It's like laying in this, what is the closest thing to a pillow in the midst of a forest. Pure nature.
it's like laying on a cloud, except when you actually go through a cloud, it doesn't feel like anything but wind blasting through your face because you're falling towards the earth.
Exactly.
Hashtag I've gone skydiving.
Really? Nice.
Yeah. I've gone skydiving and I've gone
cool.
through a cloud. You don't feel anything but wind blasting through your face. You're like,
Huh.
holy crap, I'm falling.
That's
So,
really cool.
You don't notice the clouds. Might feel different if you're like parachuting through it, but no,
True.
it's just cold.
As you guys, the hours of the night and the weariness of battle begins to really weigh on you, different things come to each of your minds. Mavis, this is the first time you've ever had any form of others like you to look forward to, somewhere to really show off your inventions, and somewhere to where you probably would really feel in your element. You'd be at home. A goal in mind. Laren, there's a certain sense of dread mixed with a sense of belonging that sets in And as you lay on the ground, looking around at your fellow family, can't help but have a small smile creep across your face. Zeos, with this newfound information, not really newfound information, but more encouragement that you're on the right path, and the fact that you've found a place to belong as well, finding yourself in Sunset Valley, a place you didn't know, and still finding someone that you at least trust to travel with in these times of unsurety. Gar, as your eyes close, you have flashbacks of the dream you had earlier in the day. That single figure in the water with you that you couldn't really place any details about. Something about it feels comforting. Strangely, in the midst of a storm, in the midst of turmoil, it's like there's a sense of purpose there. As you all begin to drift off for the night, we'll pick up the next session next week.
Ooh. All right. Oh.
My God, I'm loving the dynamic with this party.
Really hoping Elvis was gonna be like breaking out in song and dance, like "Thank you for saving the forest."
Oh, thank you for saving this forest. You don't know what he's gonna be like in the morning.
Could look like a normal horse in the morning. You ever,
You never know.
Late night at the club, they look beautiful.
He saw a beautiful mare off in the distance, fur of this golden brown. Thank you all for joining. That whole concept with Gork and Donovan, I came up with like months ago, and I knew I wanted some dumb guard with this like smarty pants constantly trying to reinforce.
So good, man.
I mean,
That's awesome.
Nick nailed it with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yourself, Gork. I just knew he was gonna believe anything you guys said.
I absolutely love that.
I was just like, the whole time I'm just thinking, I'm like, where's Aethys?
Yeah.
He just left us.
He did.
Off to the side, like, I want to see this shit.
Oh, well, thank you guys for joining. It wasn't exactly where I thought we would end, but that just means we have more sessions. And that means I don't have to plan as far ahead right away.
I mean, we could have gone anywhere.
Yeah, no, it's true. I already have one of the maps ready for next session because I thought you might get to it this time. So thankfully that reduces the amount of work. So we should... Oh, wait a minute. It's the 26th? Yeah, we should be good to go next Saturday if it works for y'all.
Nice.
26? I'm gonna have to figure that out.
Okay.
I should. I'll be home. I'll say that much.
Okay. Let's
So,
Copy
see
that.
who we have online to raid.
I'm looking forward to the next recap.
Yeah.
Hey.
I didn't think
I'm
the
looking
26th
forward
was on a Saturday for some reason. I was
Yeah.
just like, oh yeah, day after
Try to
Christmas.
depict
Because
your
we're talking about-
guard's dream of that tidal wave.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That'll be fun.
Don't hurt me like this.
Gar's got, or not Gar, Mavis has got so much to learn.
Oh,
I
that
know,
that's
right?
actually something that Nathan's been talking about with his character that he's excited for. He set him up intentionally to be taught.
He's
Yeah.
so very set in his ways, and he has a lot of places he can expand from. So it's gonna
Yep.
be good. Good character
Keep
arc.
asking questions and I'll keep ignoring you.
Yeah,
Love
I'm
it.
still wanting to get the.
Specifics of where you are,
Yep.
not the generalized location.
Little by little,
Will be revealed.
elements of each player's backstory will begin coming out and shaping the story.
I'm excited.
Who do we have online to be able to raid?
So close, Nick.
Do we have anybody else like in D&D that we could raid?
Maybe.
68, so close. Dang it, Nick.
I was gonna say, Nathan. For
Whatever.
more information, something that's changed from Sunset Valley is that I no longer have a what's it called? Focus.
You do, but it's not
Well,
your dagger.
Rephrase
It used
that.
to be your
I no
dagger.
longer have a focus on my dagger.
Okay.
Instead, something else happens, and all you know is that my body glows
Yep.
when I
Okay.
cast it. So
Copy.
I'm
Yeah.
giving you that information because Mavis would definitely question and ask about
Very
that.
true.
Going
Yeah.
off what happened with.
Yeah, certain
trinket.
elements of Sunset Valley. No, I don't think anything really has to be retconned except for the little bit that we did right at the end.
Yeah, I'd say like that's the one big difference with my character because you guys don't. I don't think you ever knew anything about like my family history. You just knew that I said that I came from the south place. I don't remember the name of it.
Lumberfall.
Lumberfall.
Lumberfall. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like
Yep.
I was living in Lumberfall. That's all you know.
Yeah.
And I was going to cause explosions around the area.
Yep.
And that part has made Mavis respect you this entire time.
Causing
Even if you do believe in magic, you cause explosions.
Yep.
And so you have a special place in his heart.
All right.
caused explosions because I was trying different magic stuff.
Well, there's somebody
Just
doing
a
a Merry Christmas
scientist.
stream.
Oh, sure. Sounds
Let's-
good.
let's try someone new.
Stream, but
You found somebody else?
I did find a D&D stream, but I didn't really stay like too long to look at it, so I'm down for a Christmas one.
Well, how many views did they have?
Merry Christmas.
They
Merry
had
Chrysler.
68.
Oh,
68? Okay. We'll probably go with this one because they have 9, so we'll just match them.
Roger that.
But good. Thank you for looking.
Yeah.
GG, y'all.
So I have no idea who this person is, but let's at least go in with the raid. Oh, one of the characters' name is Xander, and honestly kind of reminds me a little bit of Xander. Whoa.
Whoa.
TJ?
Oh,
TJ. Holy crap.
Okay.
Fine,
That
I
was
swear.
something.
If they suck, we send them back. I'm with Hal.
yeah, there you go.
Amen.
All right.
Sorry, I was engulfed in darkness.
You're good.
That's
So,
creepy.
we'll see if we're actually doing a session next week with the holidays and everything this latter part of the year and beginning of next year. It might be spotty, but we'll let you guys know in Discord as always. Thank you all for joining.
Christmas. Oh, I was gonna say, I'm like, do we have a Christmas special? Next year, you gotta do like your Christmas special one-off campaign. That we do or
Yeah.
something?
Oh, yeah, one shot.
I was thinking about that, but
That'd be sick.
it'd be...
I bring back Drew for it.
It's too short notice.
It
right
is.
now.
It's just
Yeah.
too short notice. But next time, next year. And then we can also just do others throughout the year, which will be
Hell
fun.
yeah, man.
But
Yeah, I'm so down to do more one-shots.
sweet.
I do a one-shot. I haven't really ever done one, so. Rocket League?
Actually, I'm down.
I'm
All right, guys. Have a good night. Let's raid this person. Show them some love either way. And we'll let you know in
Peace,
Discord.
y'all.
Otherwise,
Stay
we'll see you next
cute.
time. Stay cute, y'all.
Pass.
All right.